branch or apply today at yourasccu.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Real men of genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Wishes the kids were back in school.
Mr. Wishes the kids were back in school.
There you sit, realizing that telling the kids to play outside was one thing. Telling them to play outside the county was another.
Honest mistake now.
Summer camp was a good idea. Of course, when you returned, the kids were still there sitting in the house.
So they have some place to go now.
Even building a treehouse in the backyard seemed like a wise plan. Now, if you could stop spending so much time hiding in it.
My plywood sanctuary.
So go ahead. Keep changing the numbers on the house whenever the kids go outside. Keep shouting from the window, I think there's a gas leak. Because after all, you're just one dad can you run us to the mall request away from needing a straitjacket.
Mr. Wishes the kids were back in school.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
You see what happened with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Wyden, that goofball senator? Folks, this is one of the most brutal takedowns I have ever seen. Bessent's like a ninja. This comes out of nowhere. Wyden tries to use the Trump Epstein thing again. Bessent just, please, like someone get on the phone with Martin County Sheriff, file a report immediately. Check this out.
Nobody is interested in the ramblings of a capo in the most corrupt regime in American history. We want to get some facts about this deal. That's what we're here for. Thank you.
We would like to hear what Adam Wyden and Jeffrey Epstein talked about. Your son's largest investment position was Rick's Cabaret. Did your son and Jeffrey Epstein talk about pole dancing as he begged him for money using your limited credibility?
Somebody needs to file a report, folks. What the hell just happened? Ron Wyden, by the way, didn't even respond. He didn't even know what to say. That was a political homicide on camera right there.
It's happy hour, come gather around. Greg and Pamela break it all down. Talking politics and the whacked out world. Every headline makes the chaos swirl.
It's time for a smoke break.
David Ruffin, Monday and Thursday. The whole world's working out in the chat will change your world.
On happy hour.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It is the big broadcast. Happy hour. Start number 1 of MWAC. It's Thursday. That means David Blackman. And sidekicking today, the much beloved and glorious Prime Minister President Terry Adams is here too.
And here they are.
I want to start with you, sir.
Yes, sir.
You introduced us to the concept of chemtrails many, many years ago, more than a decade.
Yes,
And you took a lot of grief
I did.
for advocating that, but you did the research. You showed me enough to convince me it was certainly a real thing.
Yes.
And over time, I learned to recognize what's a chemtrail and what's a vapor trail.
Mhm.
Today, Governor DeSantis of Florida, they're preparing to pass a law that would prohibit geoengineering from the air, which is another word for chemtrails.
I get that, Greg, but how are they going to enforce that? They're going to send an airplane up there with blue lights on the wings to pull them over? I mean,
Well, they can always find out where they land and arrest them there.
not if they're federal agencies, I'm afraid.
Really?
We don't really know where they're coming from. I've been going through my images. I've got like 6 terabytes of stuff. I've got at least 1,000 images of chemtrail, what I call chemliners. They look like airliners, but they're spraying chemtrails. And I don't know what these things are. I really don't. Some of them, when they get up close to the sun, it's like it's something else that's cloaked with the outline of an airliner, because a wing will be missing, an engine will be missing, just weird optical stuff going on with it. So I don't know what these things are, and they're most of them are not pinging a transponder, which means they're not civilian. They're government or military or I don't know, something else.
Well,
It's weird.
and I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but David Blackman has been a believer in these for a long time too. He'll be joining us at 3:30.
Good. Glad to hear that.
So we'll start there today. Stephen A. Smith is furious at Fauci. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't have much use for Stephen A. Smith.
I don't either. I have even less for Fauci.
Do we have a clip? I couldn't take too much audio from him, but for this, maybe. Yeah, I think we do. Let's give it a listen and see what his problem with Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Okay, I'm just
Do
going
I
to say
think
it.
that he
Since
should
the
be
far
embarrassed
left, the
for
far,
the
far left
self-adulation that he
is
engaged in?
overwhelmingly
You damn right I do. Because some of the things that he was telling us to do was inconsistent with science, but he was telling us it was science that led to him making the decisions that he made.
He's animated.
Masking, 6 feet distancing, the closing of businesses, forcing businesses to push those mandates upon people like me and others. Because I took the vaccine and I took a booster and I wore a mask. And we were told, hey, you ain't going to get COVID if you do that. And I got COVID. And damn it, it almost killed me. Going into 2022, I'm in the hospital 90 minutes before the ball is about to drop. And the doctor says, we've been at this for 3+ weeks. You got double pneumonia. You look really bad. If this antibiotic and this steroid does not work, Mr. Smith, I'm sorry, we're going to have to call your family.
Wow.
Looks that bad, but we should know in 3 hours. Through the grace of God, 3 hours later, I felt better after they gave me that steroid and that antibiotic. But those were the longest 3 hours of my life because I thought it was over. And I remember I had done exactly what Dr. Anthony Fauci was imploring us all to do.
Not only that, but people, hydroxychloroquine was a drug, but oh no, you can't. And then being mocked openly
Yep.
for taking ivermectin, which was very effective
Yes.
against COVID.
I mean, a lot of doctors caught grief for suggesting that their patients take that stuff. It's just insane.
There were only a couple of doctors locally who were bold enough to do it, but they wanted to do what was right for the patient.
It's a Hippocratic oath.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw we were watching a little of the hearing this morning and the contempt and all that. I don't know what that's going to amount to,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Really doesn't.
but
You know, nobody's going to prison.
too little, too late. But again, will it be enough for some voters to question the people who were in office, many of whom still are in office? Take it out on them.
Exactly.
Stop voting for the same clown asses. That's one possibility.
But they always forget that when it comes time to vote.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
conveniently goes out of their mind.
Just got a text from Uncle Chi-Chi,
Oui.
Uncle Chi-Chi.
and it's about a shower developing. Sent me a radar loop, and there's a shower developing like right over the metro area.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little rain here at the radio station. Nothing serious, no warnings. It's just nice to get a little rain and a couple of fat clouds to keep the car from hitting 120 degrees when the show is over, which is nice. So we will see at least a little rain this afternoon. Quickly developing storm, he says.
Quickly developing storm.
I want to thank everybody. I was really pleased. I wrote a magazine column about my surgery. Not a clinical study of how to fix an aneurysm that's weakening and ready to break, which will kill you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But how does a smoker survive in a hospital
Ooh.
for 24 hours?
Ooh.
I know that sounds insane. I'm not proud of it, but
Get it.
that's what the addiction to smoking will do. Interesting, though, even though I am a smoker, My overall general health was good enough for me to qualify for the least invasive of these procedures that they do. It is what killed Lindsey Graham.
Wow.
Yeah. And in the thread under the column, one of the commenters said she lost her brother at age 57 to the same thing.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, we could have been in the middle of a happy-go-lucky show here, chit-chatting about whatever, and then boom, it's over. But if that does ever happen for any reason, just take the mic. Just pull me out of the way.
Hey, G, I need some help. We got to get Greg out of here.
Yeah.
And just keep the show going, huh?
Well, I've always said they're going to get me out of here in a body bag.
All right, I can do that. I can keep the show going. Not a problem.
That's why you're here.
Yeah, I mean, why not? What the heck, right?
I don't get to listen to the midday show much because that's right after mine, and that's food and nap time. But how was that for you this week?
You know, I'm learning how to simulcast guys in Birmingham, and we're running it through the station. So I've learned a lot, and it's always important to learn. You know, any day you can learn is a good day. So
Yes.
I'm happy with what I've learned. It gives me another set of skills that I didn't have. The show, I thought today was supposed to be Conspiracy Thursday, and he did have, 5 or 6 callers, but they never really got into conspiracy. And I was already thinking to myself, how am I going to handle this? Because that's kind of my wheelhouse, but I never had to handle it. So I just kind of stay out of it and let him and his listeners talk.
Well, there's not too many days there's not too many conspiracy theories left.
I know.
Not everybody understands how true most of them become, but certainly that circle is getting bigger.
True.
And we owe that to you. It is 16 minutes after 3 o'clock. Some rain in progress. Looks like the storm may be muscling up just a little bit. Let's see if it's affecting our commute this afternoon. Again, David Blackman joining us as we tour the never-ending American Idiocracy at 3:30.
Well, we have this. If you're in Wetumpka on Highway 231, coming from Highway 14 around to South Main, headed to Montgomery, 1-lane traffic, left lane only as they work on that strip of road this afternoon. Everywhere else we're busy. Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, light to mostly moderate traffic. We will keep you updated. Imagine graduating high school with your college degree in your hand. That's the power of early college at Trentham State Community College. No debt, no delay, just a college degree. Go to trenthamstate.edu for more information. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
A new year brings new opportunities, and right now the market is starting to shift.
Interest rates are beginning to come down, which means more buying power and more options for buyers who've been waiting.
If you're thinking about buying a home, this could be the moment to take that next step.
And whether you're buying, selling, or investing, having experience on your side matters more than ever.
At Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, we're also growing our team.
If you're an experienced agent ready to make a difference in this market and want to be part of a team that values knowledge, support, and results, call Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, where opportunity meets experience.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
What if your next sales opportunity wasn't about selling? It was about helping local businesses grow. I'm Jennifer Pestricelli with Blue Water Broadcasting. We combine the power of 7 local radio stations with today's most effective digital marketing solutions, including streaming audio, social media, targeted display, and more. We're looking for an experienced account executive who enjoys building relationships, solving problems, and creating results for clients. If you're self-motivated, thrive on new business, and want unlimited earning potential with a local company, I'd love to hear from you. Visit BlueWaterBroadcasting.com and send me your resume today.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Now you can bring the fun of police surveillance to your family with at-home flock cameras. It's the perfect solution to spying on your household. Use it in the kitchen.
Aw, who ate all the cookies?
Actually, honey, I checked the flock camera. It was you last night after you drank all the beer, too.
Oh, right.
Use at-home flock in the bathroom.
I can finally solve the mystery of who's squeezing the toothpaste tube from the middle.
And in the bedroom.
Hey, honey, was it good for you?
You'll know when you watch the 30 seconds of flocked footage.
At-home flock cameras. Get flocked.
Never heard of it. It is 3:20 on News Time, although I did hear Joey's comment on Howley, Josh Howley, in surveillance state. And the information that, I guess I should be more excited about the fact that they're collecting all this data. But I'm wondering, what do they need 62 pages on my shopping habits for? How's that going to benefit them?
No.
Yes.
What they're doing is they're taking the quantum computers, and I don't know if you know this or not, but before the quantum, the Cray supercomputer was the fastest thing we had. If they were to feed a problem to the Cray that took it, say, 6 years to solve, a quantum could do it in like 3 seconds. That's how much faster it processes. Bits can be positive and negative at the same time. They can be in two different places. It's just mind-boggling how powerful these things are. They're basically building electronic dossiers on everybody. They want to know every one of your habits so they can best predict what you're going to do next. Think of the movie Minority Report. It's the way it was represented to me, where they arrest you before you commit the crime you're going to commit because they know what you're going to do because they know so much about you, and it's all meshed into this huge matrix inside the computer. They're trying to get every single detail about you they can get.
What are they going to do with it, though? I'm not that
It's
interesting.
being stored inside the computer, inside the system. That's why I tell my listeners, when you sit at the computer, go to Google and Google something you have no interest in whatsoever, just to throw their algorithm off. Punch in Australian red-tailed wombat, just anything, to kind of throw it off because they want to know what your habits are.
I don't feel like I have anything to hide. It's not that
It's not that, no.
But,
most people don't, and that's what kills me is most people don't realize it, but the way the system is now, we all commit at least one crime a day, and we just don't realize it.
Yeah, that's true.
And most people think, well, if I've got nothing to hide, and I'm not worried about it. I haven't done anything wrong. Let them do what they want to do. Well, no, they don't need to be able to do the stuff they're doing. It's not legal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ethical. It's not moral. It's not legal. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm usually not.
No, as you've proven, it's taken time, but people have finally realized, hey, that guy, remember Terry Adams, the guy that did Clearing the Air on Saturday night?
Yep.
He was right about a lot of this stuff. And you should be proud of that. And that you withstood the withering blast of denial.
Yeah, I am, but I'm not happy that my country has turned into
what my
country's turned into. It
No,
saddens me to no end.
I mean, when you talk about and the angst, it even dampened the celebration of 250 because of the Trump hate. And if you were celebrating the 250, you were also celebrating Donald Trump. Meanwhile, none of them had nothing to say when we had a clearly anti-American president for 8 years with Obama, or somebody with all the punctuality of a full turnip in the White House for 4 years who spent half of all the days he was in the White House, not in the White House, but rather at Rehoboth Beach with an ice cream cone and a hat on, sitting watching the water come and go. For some reason that doesn't bother. Well, because we had competent people, Ron Klain and others, So what was to worry about? See, we have a call. Randall, nice surprise. We were talking about you last night at Baumhauer's.
That's the honor.
People wanted to know how you're doing.
Mm-hmm. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting there. I mean, I got there. I got where they want me at, and it ain't a good place, but I'm just slower. You can tell.
Let's go at your own pace, man.
But hey, go. I forgot what I was calling about. Oh, I was going to ask you, do you think that Fauci took that shot? The only way we know it is because it's in his diary, but him knowing what was in the shot, him knowing about the shot, and we knowing that what they did to it, knowing now what the shot did to people, do you really think he took the shot, or he just wrote that in his diary to throw people off? And
I personally think he took it because this is kind of what they aspire to. They aspire to be augmented with nanotechnology and to be partially synthetic humans. That's their goal. That's what they want. So it wouldn't surprise me if he took it.
Oh, I got you.
That's just my opinion, Randall. I don't
It
know.
wouldn't surprise me, but I'm inclined to think he didn't for some reason. Can't imagine.
He is a
why.
liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why we take the Fifth Amendment 111 times. Randall, great to hear from you, my friend. Stay in touch with us. Here's another call at 325, just ahead of David.
Hey, this is Sam from Pike County.
Hey, Sammy.
I just heard it on the news here earlier. The new flu vaccine. Have y'all heard about this? The new
yeah, I
flu
heard the
vaccine?
ads. I heard the same ad
That's
you
it.
heard.
Okay, yeah, it's a Moderna. It's
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
an mRNA. Yeah, it's another one of these with the spike protein. And it's
Negative.
the flu
I'm not
vaccine.
taking it.
No, man, and they're saying it can be adjusted. Yeah, I bet it can. But I just want to throw that out there. There's fresh poison, and doctors, it'll be pushed. That's all I got.
You're right. It will be.
Appreciate
they
the
will
call.
definitely push.
I've never gone for the flu shot, and that goes back to pre-COVID and all of that. I just never get the flu because I trust my immune system on stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to get ready exploring the great American idiocracy. We have a long list of topics to cover, everything from the Islamo-Commie revolution in America.
We're going to have to fight them at some point.
Yeah.
Do it in the past.
And one of the more interesting bets that's been placed in recent history. All of that coming up. Once again, we turn to Skipper in the traffic dungeon for an update.
Well, at the moment, we are busy around the area. Got some showers around the area as well. And in Wetumpka, if you're on Highway 231 coming from 14 around to the Big Stone Bank and Main Street, we got one-lane traffic over the hill, left lane only. Please use caution there. Buckle up, be safe. Keep it here. We will keep you updated. Thompson Tractor, proud to offer the all-new Workhorse Special, the new Cat 255 compact track loader. Take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months, only $79,955. Thompson Tractor on I-85 just past Chantilly Parkway. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
1819 News.
A pro-LGBTQ advocacy group located in Prattville is now throwing its support behind another emerging group. Prattville Pride announced that they will be closing their doors as a nonprofit and instead supporting the Fountain City Pride nonprofit that just got started up this past June. The co-founder of Prattville Pride, Adam Hunt, was arrested and charged just last year with chemical endangerment of a child. A naked toddler boy was spotted walking in the downtown area of Prattville when police returned the child to his home. That's when Hunt was found asleep on the couch and in possession of marijuana. Hunt has described himself as the non-biological father of that child. Hunt also appears to now be providing leadership to this new group despite his own nonprofit now closing down. This has come to light from the social media posts put out by Fountain City Pride. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Mark your calendar for November 6th. The Albert Patterson Gala returns to the Barber Motorsports Museum featuring United States Senator Tommy Tuberville. We've sold out 2 years running and tables are already filling for 2026. If you believe in a thriving Alabama built on truth, courage, and accountability, this is your night. Don't miss your chance. Visit 1819news.com/gala. That's 1819news.com/gala to get your table today.
A man who fired shots at Op Police during his apprehension has now been identified as Patrick Horde. Officers were in search of Horde after a burglary occurred on August 5th. That burglary involved a man breaking into a home, shaving his head inside the home, and taking with him a handgun, prescription medication, and the homeowner's utility vehicle. Horde was located by police and fled into a wooded area where he fired a single shot at police. Multiple agencies then searched the woods to find Horde later on. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
In August, buy any large pizza at Pizza Perfect and get any medium pizza for just $2. Pizza Perfect's buffet includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. $12 for seniors, first responders, and military. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza Perfect is also available for pickup and delivery. Any medium pizza is just $2 with the purchase of a large at Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google. Hardwood, tile, carpet, flooring tools, and installation supplies. Find it all at Budget Floors and More in Montgomery. Big selection, contractor pricing, and personal service you won't find at the big boxes. Across from Publix in Del Reyta and online at budgetfloorsmgm.com. The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Well, hi, everybody. The chances of encountering one of those evening showers or storms is very small, but not zero. Tonight, very muggy again. The overnight low temperature falls to about 74. Tomorrow and Saturday, almost a carbon copy. Mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 94 on Friday and Saturday, and the heat index 100 to 105 easy. With those routine randoms scattered, hit or miss, afternoon and evening, showers and storms. But it's like playing the lottery. It's feast or famine. Not much change in the forecast on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Days, days, it's not like in the old days. Reading and writing were things we learned. You only got grades you really earned. We even took the school books home. English was something you had to know. When the forecaster said a chance of snow, we never were ever sent home. 1, 2, 3, 4. School days, these days, teachers wanna pay raise. Everyone passes, no one stays back. Even Billy, who's strung out on crack. We get to use calculators. The teachers need translators. If your tongue is a brick but really tall, you better play basketball.
Welcome to the world of Idiocracy with Greg, Pamela, and experts, especially David Blackman, talking about all the latest mess. Get it off your chest and tune to the best. Idiocracy, the tales of Idiocracy, the tales of Idiocracy, the tales of Idiocracy.
And normally we introduce David Blackman at this point, but guess what? He did not get the Zoom link, so we have no David Blackman.
Uh-oh.
And I'm getting ready to have a So I don't know how we're going to fix this.
It's going to be okay.
And of course, I'm looking through past connections. And
Hey, maybe this is him.
we can hope.
You saw it. Hello? Hello? Fantastic. Hang on. It is him. I know.
Welcome, David. I once again hang my head in shame and apologize for this punt.
Okay, it's all right.
And you missed a great song on the state of our education system to launch the show this afternoon. But we will try and get this link resent. I don't know what happened to it, but we will connect with you on Zoom probably at the top of the hour, if that's okay.
Okay.
We promise
That's
our
fine.
listeners a pretty face. We better deliver. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I would be happier if the Yankees could beat the St. Louis Cardinals, to be quite frank.
Well, I'd be happy if the Dodgers could beat anybody.
Yeah, 6 in a row they've lost.
6 straight, man. That hadn't happened in like 3 seasons.
And they just got the alleged best pitcher in baseball in a trade at the deadline. Yeah, it's such a weird game. You can never figure it out.
Yeah.
I think that's why
not hitting.
that's why we keep coming back to it. But so much to talk about today. And right at the top, have been curious to get your take on the victory by Abdul El Sayed, whose campaign basically boils down to one comment.
For America, except for Joey.
It's just amazing. In fact, Babylon B put out a map today that officially connected Michigan to the Middle East.
Yeah, I saw that.
Appropriate.
Said the Middle East is going to annex Michigan. At this point, maybe they should. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just an advancement of the communist revolution inside the Democratic Party. He is a jihadi commie, or an Islamo-commie, as I like to call him. And you know, that's the way the Democratic Party's going. I don't know what can be done about it. If there's no one in the party in the leadership, well, they don't have any real leaders, and none of the establishment Democrats have the courage to call them out and speak out in opposition to them. So it's going to become the de facto communist party in this country.
Yep.
That's astonishing to me. We were raised in an era when communism was the worst thing in the world.
The enemy.
Absolutely.
Well, but, you know, the Democratic Party has a long history of being infiltrated by communists, going all the way back to the Woodrow Wilson administration and the communist revolution that happened in the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917 inside Russia. The Democratic Party at that time was already filling up with fellow travelers. And as we've talked about on your show before, I mean, after the Franklin Roosevelt years, the Democratic Party was filled with communists, and Joseph McCarthy was right. His methods were terrible. He was a drunk and not real good from a PR standpoint, but he was right. And and so there was a pullback during that time when you had that investigation and House Un-American Activities Committee ongoing, and that kind of forced the communists back into the woodwork. They're like cockroaches, and eventually, when nobody's looking, they scurry out and crap all over the place, and that's what's happening in America now.
Now, moving on to the November election, does El Sayed really have a chance to win?
Sure. You know, it's like there's a video clip that was released today of El Sayed with Hassan Piker and some other guy that works for Piker. Somebody got them on video. They were having a meeting a couple of months ago, and the guy who's unidentified in it says, well, you know, the positive thing for us is that voters are stupid. And that, of course, is always what left-wing radicals rely on, is the voters being stupid. And it's impossible to overestimate the average stupidity of the average Democratic voter. So, yeah, I mean, he could totally win. Michigan's a 50-50 state, and Republican voters are lacking in enthusiasm because of this war that's gone on for so long, and other things, and so it's entirely possible that. Now, I don't think he will win, but I think Mike Rogers will win a very close election. But it's certainly possible.
It's just astonishing to me, and I think of Michigan as Minnesota light. It's a mostly heavily forested state with a big armpit of a city, and actually it has a couple of smaller armpits like Dearborn and others. But mostly people who live rurally, farmers.
Yeah.
It's a great outdoor state for fishing, and beautiful place. You think of hardy people that live in Michigan year round. It's not easy. Their winters are kind of brutal, coming off Lake Michigan and stuff. And those type of people I always tend to think would be conservative, would have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, you would think so, but he's going to do what the lefties always do and run a completely false campaign, pretending to be moderate.
Yeah.
In the general election, he won't be hanging around with Piker, and he'll pretend that Piker's not really one of his best friends. And
we're talking about Hassan Piker, and there's a guy who deserves a lot more attention. It's like the media is trying to keep everybody's eyeballs away from him, but he's you said a trust fund baby, but an absolute dyed. He even dresses wearing the uniform of Mao.
Oh my God.
One of the great mass murderers of all time.
But hey, Hillary Clinton used to do that too. She probably still does. I don't know. But
Well, that look was right for her with that kind of a body.
it was totally right for her. He's in a sane world, he would have already been drummed out of the public sphere because he is as awful as any member of the Ku Klux Klan ever was. He's he's actually calling for people to murder members of the Senate. Called for Mike Johnson to be killed the other day.
Oh my God!
And he's part of the abolish the Senate, abolish the presidency, the Supreme Court, all of that.
But he's really, at this moment, he's just a mainstream Democrat. Wow. I mean, that's the reality that we need to understand is, where Democrats are concerned now, he's nothing unusual.
Yeah.
He's just right in the mainstream of Democrat Party thought.
Unbelievable.
It is.
As you were speaking, David, I got some instruction from Joey on resending the link. And if you'd like, we can
I
take
just got it.
A 2-minute break and see if we can't set you. I'm going to keep this on hold.
Yeah, I'll be back I'll be online in 30 seconds here.
All right, you hang on, and we will be with you. We'll get a quick check on traffic. We have rain moving through the area.
We have an accident just reported, 4100 block Carmichael Road. That's going to be just off Perry Hill Road up past Chappie's. Please watch out if you're in front of the Synovus Bank area. And we've got a good bit of traffic on the interstates, boulevards right now. Very busy everywhere, including Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka. Some rain in the area. We will keep you updated. Come by Thompson Tractor in Montgomery and check out their incredible selection of used equipment at their used equipment sales center. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Chantilly Parkway. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Well, if you thought he sounded sexy on the phone, now those of you watching on YouTube can look at David Blackman. I can't believe I successfully executed that maneuver.
Wow, that was fast.
And we were able to make the connection.
I am impressed.
I should get a cap and gown. I should get a diploma from the boss, having advanced to the next technical level today.
I'm going to see that.
I love it when a plan comes together.
It is so amazing. Can we, I want to talk about something Wong. This space cadet that looks like she has, Wisconsin's primary is next week, right?
I think it's actually the following week. It's really late. It's like the 18th. I think that's
We have an election here Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
because of the redrawn congressional districts, which were, of course, ruled okay after the Supreme Court made their decision, which we can be happy about. But this woman just, again, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, they're very similar states.
Same thing.
Each has one highly corrupt Democrat-run city with a huge population that kind of overwhelms the rest of the reasonable people that live there. This woman, I mean, of course, once people do a little digging on them, they find out, well, she wants to abolish Thanksgiving, most holidays, and, like most Democrats, wants to get rid of prisons.
Yeah, get rid of prisons. I love it.
That's a
Defund the
great
police, get
idea.
rid of prisons, abolish the Senate, pack the Supreme Court, bring
But
Puerto
just
Rico and Washington, D.C. in the states, and,
how do they honestly expect that to work out for people? So what? So why have a court system if nobody can go to prison? How do you
But they
punish
don't.
somebody?
They don't expect it to work out for people.
Exactly.
Their goal is chaos.
You gotta
That's
destroy
always
America.
the goal of the radical left is chaos, societal chaos. And, a lot of dead people. And then in the aftermath, they rule over the ashes.
Exactly.
That's the
Chaos
goal.
and mayhem.
That may be why Hassan Piker wears clothing to honor Mao, who is, at last I checked, the greatest mass murderer in world history. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, Mao killed 80 million people. 80 million. Stalin killed 20 million. They make Hitler look like an amateur, man.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're talking about their own people, not the people that were casualties in the war. Their own people who, we just don't have the resources to feed them. We really have no use for them. So bye-bye. And are they teaching this in schools?
No, they're not teaching this in schools. And that's why El Sayed might well win that Senate seat.
Please give us your take, sir, on the events in the Senate today with the, what did they do to Fauci? Slap his
the
wrist?
Censure. Yeah.
Yeah.
The contempt of Congress.
Held him in contempt, yes.
Yeah. So it's the Senate Homeland Committee, chaired by Rand Paul. I watched the hearing. The Democrats all showed up for this one. They didn't show up. They couldn't be bothered to show up for the anti-corruption hearing yesterday. Not a single Democrat showed up for that, but they all showed up for this one to defend their little evil hero, Anthony Fauci. And they all voted against the censorship or the contempt resolution. Sorry. I don't know why I've got that word in my head. And all the Republicans voted for it. So it was a 12-10 vote. And, Rand Paul's going to send it directly over to the Department of Justice, where I'm sure Todd Blanche will throw it in the trash can, and that'll be the end of it. But it is worthy exercise just for the hardship it puts on Fauci, the devastation of his reputation, his public reputation that is happening.
Yeah.
I think it's worthy to at least cause him pain, because he deserves to be caused immeasurable pain for what
Yes.
he's done, not just our country, but the world. I mean, millions of people died because of him.
Yeah. We played a clip from Stephen A. Smith. Not that I'm his biggest fan, but he really ripped into him today.
He did. Stephen A. Smith is a lot like Bill Maher.
Yeah.
He's been a liberal idiot his whole life. And suddenly he started actually paying attention to what people in his own party are saying and doing, and realizing that, whoa, I don't want to live in the world these people want to live in.
No.
So he's a real smart guy. Remember 2 years ago, he was talking about running for president in 2028 as the next Obama. And now he might run, as the next Tim Scott or something. He's really getting red pilled pretty rapidly at this point.
We need a lot of red pilling going on. People need to understand now. On the bright side of the Fauci situation, Florida, West Virginia, and Louisiana have jointly issued criminal probe subpoenas to Fauci. I understand we're going to be one of the next states to do that here in Alabama.
Texas
And
will be too, once we have our general election.
So, again, he got the pardon. Generally, pardons are not handed to innocent people. Why would you need one if you did nothing wrong? If you did your job, they know, and they know that he was part of a grand master plan to set up the mail-in ballot that allowed 81 million excited Americans to vote for President Turnip in 2020, and it worked. And I want to see more people than Fauci pay a price for that. So the Homeland Security Committee voted to censure Fauci, and all the Democrats voted no. Did any of them consider that might be some of the voters may not agree with that? Or is that the order that comes down from on high and they just goose step to whatever they're told to do?
You know, whenever they get a question about it from one of their voters, all they'll do is say, but Trump. Hate Trump.
And that's, can you read the long list of networks and affiliates that carried this hearing today?
No, I can't, because none of them did. And none of them have, at least as of an hour ago, not a single one had filed any kind of a report that shows up in a Google search. Neither had the New York Times, neither had the Washington Post.
That is freaking scary.
Yeah. Yeah, just complete news blackout on it.
It's a powerful weapon.
So there's lots of people who aren't engaged in the news at the level we are that know nothing about this.
Oh, and to tell you how odd that is, okay? Guess who has filed reports on it? The Associated Press and Reuters, two news services that the networks and the newspapers almost always pick up their stories and put them on their own sites, right? They're not even doing that. Wow. That's how desperate they are to cover for Anthony Fauci. Because why? Because all of the networks and the New York Times and the Washington Post were completely complicit with Fauci's campaign in 20 and 21. So they have to cover for Fauci, because by doing that, they're covering for themselves.
Now, they have a copy of the phone that Fauci used during the fake pandemic.
Yeah.
What can come from that above and beyond 111 uses of the Fifth Amendment, please?
Well, a couple of things that are really important. His telephone records, who he was calling, who he's having conversations with through that period of time, and also text messages, because Fauci was apparently a big texter.
Oh.
And so, that's just going to be another enormous tranche of communications he's had with a lot of people and on these very issues. And you can be sure, it's filled with contradictions, proving that he was lying about what he was telling to the public. And, what comes of that? Well, just more humiliation and destruction of his reputation, which at this point is all that's probably ever going to be done with him, unless the state attorney generals are able to find, make cases of denial of civil rights kinds of prosecutions, which are very common, happen all the time in this country, for a lot less than what Fauci did. And I would just love to see at least one state get a conviction of the evil little son of a you-know-what.
Mitch, if I may. I don't mean to complete your sentences. I know that's annoying when people do that. So no jail, but public humiliation, but that is muted somewhat by the refusal of a big chunk of the media to just ignore it completely.
Yeah. But I mean, that all that does is confirm what we've always said about him. So, there's positives in that too. I mean, even CBS, where Barry Weiss has been out there for almost a year now and has made some changes that have been sort of positive. Even CBS is still covering for Fauci, which is really sad to see, because it just shows you what an enormous job it is to try to clean that place up. And, despite her best efforts, it really hasn't happened. Oh, by the way, did you see the news about Stephen Colbert's daughter?
No.
So it turns out Stephen Colbert has a Nepo baby who's in her 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where she was working for the last 7-8 years?
Maybe I did see this somewhere, but
CBS News as a producer
No.
on 60 Minutes.
Wow.
Stephen Colbert's daughter.
That's astonishing.
It explains so much about the downfall of that program.
I got a question since you brought up Barry Weiss and the merger, and it's still not final. And it's almost like they're setting up a turf war. Usually, when your company in this business is being taken over by a new entity, you are trying to establish your value to the new owners, so they will keep you.
Yeah.
Instead, like Scott Pelley and others, of course, that didn't work out well for him. But people at CNN are like drawing their lines in the sand, and well, we'll do this, but I won't do that. Who tells the boss how to run the company? But is Barry Weiss being? Do you think? I'm getting a sense that she's being pulled back a little bit in her reconfiguration.
So, yeah, I mean, they have to keep the trains running, right? They have to keep the programs going. They have to keep doing the evening newscast. So it has to be a gradual process. They weren't willing to just go in and fire everybody and then start over from scratch, which was really what would have really been the right way to do it, because they'd have been off the air. They'd had all their news programs off the air for a period of time, and they didn't want to do that. So it is a gradual process, and they picked up a story that nobody else picked up on Tuesday that I saw. Now I can't remember which one it was. So they're making some progress, and they gotten rid of some of the really awful, horrible people like Scott Pelley. And that's a real positive, but it just is a real time taker on CNN. It's going to be the same kind of thing once they get that Warner Brothers deal done, and they will get it done. This lawsuit by the Democrat states is a pile of horse manure, but it has to, and they're going to find a friendly judge who will give them an injunction, and then the appellate court will finally throw it out. So that's getting delayed. But I mean, once they go into CNN, it'll be the same kind of thing. You're going to see a lot of the familiar faces start to disappear step by step and be replaced, hopefully, by people who are actual sort of kind of really journalists, not like Jake Tapper, who plays one on television.
Yeah. Who's he working for again? Is he at CNN now, or is he doing his own thing?
Yeah, he's
How do they do it?
He is.
He is the worst. I don't know why they didn't, on that last thing that happened. There's so much of this, I can't keep up with it all, but whatever it was that came out about him palling around, was it Fauci, cultivating a relationship with him?
And
yeah.
The friendship building dinner.
And he's still making a 7-figure salary. Go figure. Unbelievable.
He makes like $6 million a year, Tapper.
For what?
For what? Yeah, exactly. For having one of the very lowest rated hour segments on cable news.
And Stephen Colbert's daughter was a producer at 60 Minutes. What an interesting world we live in.
Yeah. James Comey's daughter was a lawyer at the Department of Justice who was in charge of big cases too,
Hey, anything going to happen to that guy? And now that you mentioned his fat face?
No.
I hate it.
No justice. It's just us.
Well, yeah. Will something happen to Comey? No. It's amazing. Even with this latest revelation, we'll get to that next hour about this FBI story that's developing today.
Yeah.
David Blackman is with us. We have another hour to explore the never-ending American idiocracy, and we've got a whole list of great topics to cover. But I urge you to subscribe to David Blackman's blog, and if you're interested in getting the inside scoop on oil and gas and what's happening in the energy business, we'll talk to David about that this afternoon too. For the news and information blog and political analysis, go to davidblackman.substack.com. For oil and gas, it's blackman.substack.com, and it is absolutely worth it. David, we'll see you inside 10 minutes for segment 2. Thank you, my friend. All right, and we will talk to Skipper now about traffic.
We have a couple of issues. First of all, Highway 231 in Wetumpka, if you're coming from Highway 14 over to the Big Stone Bank in Main Street, one-lane traffic over the hill, left lane only. We have an accident on Highway 14 right near I-65. Please use caution there. Busy building traffic everywhere else this afternoon. We also had a minor accident on Carmichael right near Chappie's. We're hoping that one has cleared. Keep it here for updates. At Thompson Tractor, their new service commitment includes next-day parts and 2-day repairs. That ensures you stay up and running without missing a beat. Thompson Tractor off I-85 past Chantilly Parkway. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
I don't have enough saved.
My credit has to be perfect.
I'll never qualify in this market.
Most of those beliefs are based on outdated information or advice from someone who bought a house 20 years ago. The truth is, many buyers need far less saved than they think. Guidelines change, loan programs evolve, and what applied years ago most likely doesn't apply to you today. The biggest mistake you can make is speculating about the rules or letting myths keep you on the sideline. Instead, call us at Alabama Home Mortgage. Let us educate you on what's actually required to buy a home. And if today isn't the right time, that's okay. We'll give you a clear, realistic game plan so you know exactly what to work toward and how to get there. Buying a home or getting a mortgage shouldn't feel mysterious or overwhelming. It should feel informed, supported, and achievable. Let us guide you through the process every step of the way. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of health care you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
WAKA Blue Water Broadcasting, Tyndall Incorporated, and Piggly Wiggly Food for Less invite you to help us stuff the truck on Saturday, August 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Sturbridge Piggly Wiggly Food for Less. Donate non-perishable food, classroom supplies, or cash to help local students facing food insecurity and support our teachers. Visit WAKA.com for a shopping list and stop by our community resource fair for valuable services and information for River Region families. Together, we can stuff the truck and strengthen our community.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Today's show is brought to you by Halloween candy displays that are already in stores. Are you kidding me and all the other moms? It's the first week of August. It's back to school time, not Halloween time. And even if we buy a bag, there ain't no way that candy's making it to Halloween.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
Here's your 4 o'clock.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. A new Tennessee congressional map making its debut in primary elections. Voters picking nominees in the new 9th Congressional District, which now stretches east of Memphis all the way to the Nashville area. President Trump has endorsed State Senator Brent Taylor in the Republican primary in the district. The Democratic contest features State Representative Justin Pearson and State Senator London Lamar. The president's administration plans to overhaul Head Start, a key early education program for the nation's poorest children. Changes would encourage more local decision-making by eliminating many federal regulations. Stocks edging lower on Wall Street as prices for oil rose. The Dow lost 464 points. The Nasdaq dropped 15 points today, and the S&P was down 13. This is SRN News.
Imagine getting this kind of news. Karen Collins was in her 20s. She was newly married, and then her husband, Michael, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
And he told me, and I just cried because I didn't really know what the plan was.
There was another fear, too, the medical bills. And thankfully, they were members of Medishare, and Medishare came through for them, and not just financially.
But they called and they said, hey, we know you're going through treatment. We just wanted to call and pray for you. And it rocked my world. And every time they called, it was like, how can we pray for you right now? How are you doing today?
Medishare was a blessing to us because they just made it so easy.
Yes, Medishare can save you a lot of money. But as Karen and Michael discovered, it's also about knowing you're not going through life's hardest moments alone. Call now. See why so many people have made the switch to Medishare. Here's the number. It's 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Poarch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Poarch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at PoarchCreekIndians.org.
Looking for insurance, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current carrier? How does quality coverage with local service and competitive rates sound to you? The folks at Stark Agency offer just that. Whether you need insurance for your business, car, home, or life, Stark Agency can help. As an independent insurance agency with over 20 of the top insurance carriers, Stark is sure to find the perfect match for you and your loved ones. Visit their site at starkagency.com or give them a call at 334-263-5535 for a quote today.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Man, everything costs more these days. Yep. That's why we need people like Rhett Marcus. He cut $1.5 billion in taxes.
Wait, 1.5 billion? That's a big deal. Didn't President Trump and Senator Katie Britt endorse him?
Uh-huh, they sure did.
Sounds like Rhett's the right man for Alabama.
I'll be voting for him on August 11th.
Mm-hmm, me too.
I'm Rhett Marcus, the Trump-endorsed candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Rhett for Alabama.
Rock and roll royalty is coming to Montgomery on October 9th. Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs take the stage at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. As the legendary lead guitarist and co-songwriter for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Mike Campbell helped create some of rock's most unforgettable songs. October 9th at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster and ImpactOnline.org. Don't miss Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs live in Montgomery. Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber, now open from 6 to 5. For tough, good-looking roofs, it's Temco Shingles from Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For great folks and great prices, call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The chances of encountering one of those evening showers or storms is very small, but not zero. Tonight, very muggy again. The overnight low temperature falls to about 74. Tomorrow and Saturday, almost a carbon copy. Mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 94 on Friday and Saturday, and the heat index 100 to 105 easy. With those routine random, scattered, hit or miss, afternoon and evening showers and storms. But it's like playing the lottery. It's feast or famine. Not much change in the forecast on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Back to school shopping starts now, and ASC Credit Union has you covered. Our back to school loan helps you pay for supplies, laptops, clothes, and more. Stop by your local ASC branch or apply today at yourasccu.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Thank you, studio announcer. Let's reintroduce our guest.
The 21st century began. Natural selection, the process by which the strongest, the smartest, the fastest reproduced in greater numbers than the rest. A process which had once favored the noblest traits of man, now began to favor different traits. A dumbing down. How did this happen? Evolution does not necessarily reward intelligence. With no natural predators to thin the herd, it began to simply reward those who reproduced the most and left the intelligent to become an endangered species.
David Blackman and Greg Budell present Tales of the Idiocracy.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
And along with Terry Adams, we now rejoin David somewhere in Texas, Dallas vicinity, an astute political analyst and blogger, an oil and gas industry expert. In fact, if you don't mind, David, since I just mentioned your street cred there, what's the latest on oil prices and what we might be expecting to see at the pump?
Well, they popped up a little bit today, about 3%, but West Texas Intermediate is still down below 80, which is, better than it has been, a little higher than it was before the war started. It was at 69 when the war started, so we're at 78, so a little higher. Gas prices should continue to go down a little bit here in the next week or two as the lower prices make their way through the system. And, the market is not going crazy because of all the disruption right now at the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandeb Strait at the bottom of the Red Sea. Or the fact that the Houthis just hit another oil tanker today in the Red Sea with a missile, and that's what caused the price to pop up a little. But I just don't know. It's the situation is really not good. It's pretty unstable, and inventories are perilously low now at Cushing, Oklahoma, which is the big major hub of all these pipelines that distributes oil to all the refineries around the country. And it's, I just still worry that we could have a real disruption in the oil distribution system here in this country if inventories continue to drop like they have been. And that would cause a pretty significant rise in prices. So we'll see. I mean, the industry, the one thing about it is, and I always try to emphasize this, the industry is extremely nimble and creative in avoiding major crises. And we've seen it repeatedly during this war, in fact, where we devise workarounds of these shortages and find other ways to get the oil out on the market. And so hopefully the industry will be able to avoid any kind of major disruption in distribution as well. And, there are a lot of very smart people run these companies.
Let me ask, I've heard the president on a couple of occasions recently demand that the big oil companies lower their prices. And that sounds a little bit like a Democrat. You shouldn't make a profit.
Like a Democrat.
Yeah, exactly. But and they did have considerable profits. So what's the reaction to the president's demand from big oil?
Well,
because I can't think of anything worse for them or for the country. This is the wild card relative to the midterms. If they're still way up there, it's
we do need to have lower gas prices, and that's what the president's worried about. And so he gets frustrated, he pops off. But he doesn't seem to understand that the oil companies don't own 90% of the gas stations. There's not a lot the companies who produce the oil and refine the oil can do to just artificially lower prices all over the country. And if they all got together in a room, now think about this too. We have antitrust laws in this country.
You can't do that.
And we were constantly on eggshells in the industry. When we would have industry-wide meetings, I would start every meeting I chaired with a statement about, we're not here to talk about pricing. We're not going to agree on any pricing strategies. That's not what we're here to do. If those CEOs from those companies all got in a room and said, okay, we're all going to get together, we're going to drop the price by 50 cents a gallon at the pump, what's going to happen? Well, the Department of Justice, if it's doing its job, is going to prosecute them for collusion under the antitrust laws.
Yeah.
Which is why they exist. So, President Trump, I know he gets frustrated. He's a very emotional guy, and he just, he goes on these stream of consciousness things, but he doesn't understand how the oil markets work. He's a real estate guy, and there's no reason for him to really understand them, but he ought to be more careful with his rhetoric, because it's not really productive for anybody.
Yeah.
Well, we've said that more than once, haven't we?
Yeah.
Caution with the rhetoric. I never, in all the years that you and I have been working together, and Terry Adams with us this afternoon, I don't recall us spending a whole lot of time on the WNBA, but it has become a thing. I don't think all the controversy is making people watch their games.
It isn't.
Or boosting attendance. But man, they're in the news constantly, and I love what Clay Travis has done to, I hate to use this, it's going to sound sexist, to put them in their place. Barefoot and pregnant on the basketball court.
Oh, don't say, my God.
I'm kidding. I think my listeners know me well enough you know me well enough by this time I didn't mean that was a joke, right? You got that, didn't you?
It's a joke, everybody.
No. Oh, well, I wasn't talking to you. So tell us about this offer that he has extended to the Las Vegas WNBA team.
Yeah, it's a serious offer. He told the Las Vegas Aces management, their coach was popping off, criticizing Sophie Cunningham the other day, and Clay Travis says, I will give you $10 million if you will play the state champion boys high school team and win a game against them. Give you $10 million. I'll ensure you a sellout audience at the basketball arena there in Las Vegas. And if you win, you get $10 million, which is far more than the total payroll on that basketball team by far. I mean, these women, people don't realize that they only make $70,000, $80,000 a year on average. So it's not like they're getting rich on their salaries. And of course, the Las Vegas Aces, haven't responded, and they're not going to respond because the boys state champion basketball team in Nevada would probably beat any WNBA team by 30 points. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster, and they're more talented basketball players than everyone in the league except for Caitlin Clark. And even Caitlin Clark wouldn't be able to really compete with the boys on that team. They just wouldn't. Okay. And that's not saying anything terrible about those women. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's a different game.
Exactly.
And we ought to be able to accept it for that. And then the other thing he's done is he's written a letter to the commissioner of the WNBA to give him permission to fund the startup of a WNBA and franchise in Las Vegas that he will make up entirely of trans men. Okay. And basketball players who, men pretending to be women or who actually really are trans,
A lot of that going on.
and populate his team entirely with those players. Since all these coaches are saying, well, we ought to let them play.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me build a team in Nashville called the Nashville Balls.
I love it. I hope that happens. I'll tell you what, Sophie Cunningham has bigger gonads than the entire population of the Republican Senate.
Amen.
I'd like to
That is
make that.
true.
And now, speaking of gonads, we're going to take David Blackman back in time so we can tell you a story about his college intramural softball team. David?
Yes, we were not good people in college.
Who was a saint in college? Come on, that's when we're supposed to be
That's why they call it college.
in complete
It's,
control of our hormones.
So, of course, intramural sports were a big thing and still are. And this was 1976. I was a sophomore. And so we decided we are going to have us a softball team. We had some of my buddies were really good players. I really wasn't. But, we were sitting around one night and we had to come up with a name for a team. And one of the really smart aleck guys says, well, you know what we ought to do is we need to name our team the Nads. And I looked at him and said, well, why? He said, well, that way all our girlfriends can sit up in the stands and act like cheerleaders and just yell, go Nads, go Nads, go Nads. And so that's what we did.
We come up with some clever stuff when we're in college, don't we? Very creative stuff.
Yeah.
Look, go Nads, go Nads, go Nads. Wow.
And after about 5 or 6 games, nobody said boo to us, but 5 or 6 games into the season, my buddy gets, who was the captain of the team, gets a call from someone in the university president's office, said, hey, you guys are going to have to pick a different name for your team.
Yeah.
We're getting
I can't even.
complaints.
I belonged to a softball team. It was not a school team, but it was in a big league on the southwest side of Chicago. I was a very good softball player, very good baseball player, believe it or not. And I can't. Well, the first part of our team nickname was Slippery, and the second part of our team name rhymed with the word wits.
Oh no!
But that's all I can. Yeah, I mean, all the teams had names similar to that. Okay.
Okay.
And we all thought it was really, really cool when we did that back in those days.
Yeah, college days.
But we're all grown up now, and I would never name my softball team
I'd like to think that.
after those.
No.
We've all learned our lesson,
We have
haven't
all
we?
learned. We've grown up and matured as human beings and are now upstanding citizens.
It's too bad.
It happens.
Yeah, 1976. Things were very different then.
Yes, they were. It was a different world.
What about the question the caller had?
Oh, yeah. We had a call.
Yeah, we had a caller, David, that asked, we had after World War II, we had tribunals in Nuremberg for all the Nazis because of crimes against humanity. Is it possible that another country or the UN or somebody, some global body could get together and take Fauci and indict him? Because, his crimes extended far beyond America.
Yeah, I suppose there might be some mechanism for that. You had to do the Nuremberg tribunals was an outcome of a negotiated treaty that was signed at the end of World War II, and that's how that process was created within the League of Nations, I guess, was the governing body at that time.
By the way, really good movie about Nuremberg, the most recent one with Russell Crowe. I can't recall the name of it off the top of my head, but Russell Crowe plays Hermann Goering.
Yeah, yeah.
And the movie opens with him surrendering to the American troops, which he knew we would get much better treatment.
Of course.
Stay
away from the Russians.
Yeah.
Go to a gulag.
The guy that played Garfield in Death by Lightning is also in that movie, and I like him as an actor. So I'm just throwing that out there as a suggestion. I wish I could give you a more complete dossier in the movie than that, but that's what I have.
It's got great reviews. I got ready to watch it one day and got interrupted and never did it. And then didn't ever go back to it. I need to watch it because I've heard it's really good.
Let's talk about what's going on with the 11th Court of Appeals upholding Florida's ban on lunatic parents letting their kids see obscenities. What's at the crux of this? Drag shows, things like
Drag
that.
shows, drag queen story hour, and then the drag shows, were a huge thing in this country for years.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. You don't hear about them anymore. But remember, these crazy lunatic mothers were taking their children
Yes.
to these obscene drag shows, which really was no different than taking your little kid into a strip club.
Yeah.
And no one in law enforcement was doing a damn thing about it. And so, Florida, the legislature passed a law a couple of years ago banning drag shows or banning minors from attending drag shows.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, interests of the LGBTQ plus minus times 150 community filed a lawsuit, and it took it this long to, they of course found a friendly district judge who put in an injunction on enforcement of the law, and then the district judge ruled the wrong way, so it went to the 11th Circuit, and of course the 11th Circuit poured the district judge out and ruled that the state of Florida can enforce that law. And hopefully that'll be the end of that crap. It's been delayed long enough, and why again, I always ask this question, why hasn't every red state in this country done the same thing? We don't have that law in Texas.
I mean, there was a time when certain people, if they had heard or seen something like that going on, these garish, hideous men dressed as women getting into sexual positions in front of their kids, they would have had their asses kicked.
Yep.
Right. Yes.
You better believe it.
Exactly.
And there wouldn't have been any court cases or anything that you don't do that to kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't even protect them now. Unbelievable.
It is.
That is some good news. Now, am I to understand, because this is frightening, that a Biden district judge was finally forced by the Supreme Court to do the right thing? Tell us about the
this
the
judge
Haitian
has
story.
delayed the Justice Department's ability to rescind protective residency status for 350,000 Haitians that the Biden administration the Obama administration first awarded them way back in 2011. Special protective status is supposed to have an 18-month time period after which it should be reviewed. Well, of course, it was never reviewed. The first Trump administration attempted to rescind it, and then it got tied up in the courts. And then, of course, the Biden Justice Department just dropped it all. And so now, the Justice Department is attempting to rescind that status and send them home, which is how the law works. You get 18 months, your status is reviewed. If there's still a crisis that prevents you from going back, then you can stay longer. You can have it renewed. Well, it's been renewed for 15 years now. It's time for them to go home. And then this judge has issued injunction after injunction that she's been knocked down 3 times now by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court finally said, you can't do this anymore. You're wrong.
Good.
You have to release this case. And she finally did yesterday. But there's another case involving the Somalis in Minnesota. Same kind of thing with an Obama judge. And so the Supreme Court is going to have to shoot that judge down probably 3 or 4 times before he relents. And it just illustrates the problems DHS is having with the deportation process. All those Somalis need to go home. They need to go home. It'll save the country hundreds of billions of dollars. Apparently.
Yeah. I mean, what's the first thing they learn? They didn't get educated. They just learned how to rip off. And again, Senator Tuberville on our morning show last week said his estimate is that of our total budget, about $1 trillion a year goes to nothing but somebody's pocket or a corrupt group of some type. When you have those vast pools of money, I'm not saying it's right, but once people figure out, hey, I can access this, I can set up this fake little luring center or in California like they did for the seniors.
It's game on, baby.
Yeah, and just shovel the money straight into my pocket. It's life-changing money they're stealing. I mean,
Yeah.
but
As long as you kick a percentage of it back to the Democratic politicians
There
for
you
their
go.
campaigns and their favored
They'll
charities.
facilitate it.
Right.
Well,
they'll
they
look the
built
other
a-
way and make sure you can keep doing it.
they built a huge Haitian community in Florida, and the Haitians, they were doing what the Cubans did, David. They were building these makeshift rafts to get off that island. And I can't tell you how many times, especially in the early and mid 80s, they would have to close a beach to collect the bodies of Haitians that their raft sank, didn't make it, and they washed up on shore. I saw it happen I lived in Pompano Beach, right on the beach, 28 floors up. And one morning, I woke up startled because there was the sound of a helicopter like right outside my window, because there was a helicopter right outside my window. And it was kind of a breezy night, and the surf was coming in pretty strong, and the helicopter was swooping down with searchlights as people moved into the beach, and I watched them pull bodies out of the water onto the sand. So, well, it's a hellhole. I don't know that part of it's ever going to change. With Haiti and Somalia, that doesn't work here. Just like Islam doesn't work here. This whole notion that we're going to have Sharia law only in the places. No, the Constitution is the law of the land.
Yep.
Your culture does not give you permission to institute a second judicial system within ours.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure I'm solid on that point.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you are. Yeah.
Hey, Jasmine Crockett, says the headline. Jasmine B. Crockett to us. Cools the hype over the Tallarico surge.
Yeah.
Says it looks like the status quo, which is her way of saying should have been me. I'd be real competition for Ken Paxton.
Yeah, she's and she was given she code switches, so she wasn't doing her big outrage act. She was asked a question by a reporter and was given the reporter what I thought was a pretty solid answer is, you can't really take these polls as any kind of barometer for what's going to happen in November. It's early. The Republicans really haven't even started spending money. And the one thing she said that was really telling was that the Democratic senatorial campaign, committee that's run by the Democrats in DC has not been spending any money in Texas on this race. And there hasn't been a lot of New York and California money coming in yet from the big billionaires.
I mean, they're wising up in these places. They're just wasting their dough.
Right. They're
especially
spending,
for him.
Right. The Democrats are going to target Michigan. They're going to target North Carolina.
Yeah.
They're going to target the race in, what's the other one? Oh, God, I'm forgetting now. Georgia, Ossoff, and make sure Ossoff gets reelected. And the Republicans are also targeting North Carolina. They're targeting Ohio and Michigan. And so those are the big races that are really getting the big money coming in. Now, if it gets late and it looks like it's still a nip and tuck race, then there will be a ton of money come into Texas from both sides. From super PACs and the Senate campaign committees. But right now, there's not really any reason. Both candidates have plenty of money to spend and to do what they want to do. And plus, the Paxton campaign is finally wising up and beginning to create these AI ads like Spencer Pratt did.
Yes, I was just going to ask you about that. Yeah. That they're taking a similar approach.
Yes, and that's really smart. It's cheap, it's easy, it's incredibly entertaining, and it's really a lot better than the quality of the ads that end up getting produced for television, with some weird narrator who sounds like the Whataburger commercial guy saying, Ken Paxton's a conservative for Texas, well, who cares? I mean, that's 30 years ago crap. You got to, do things that appeal to younger people. And so I'm really glad to see them doing that, because you get so much leverage out of those things. You just put them up on LinkedIn and TikTok and X, and they go viral. And, it's really far more effective than buying TV time.
All right, we're going to take a break for our third and final segment coming up. A not so good moment for Zoran Mandani. I think the bloom is starting to come off that rose a little bit there.
I hope so. About time.
You know what? When he smiles, I see Satan.
Yeah. Cat's evil.
I am not being a nut or a fanatic. That man is.
He's evil.
Yeah, Satan in a three-piece suit. David Blackman can be subscribed to at davidblackman.substack.com for commentary and analysis in the political world, and blackman.substack.com for oil and gas. And we just got a free sample earlier in the hour from David. Do yourself a favor and get wiser with both of those blogs. Subscribe. Again, davidblackman.substack.com. David, we'll see you on the other side of the break. It's not quite that long, and we have lots to talk about yet. Right now, Skipper's going to update traffic. 1819 News is next.
We have a new accident in Prattville on I-65 southbound. This is going to be just past the Highway 14 Fairview Avenue exit. Please watch out for these folks. They are off on the right. Around Montgomery, we're very busy right now. Interstates, boulevards, traffic is building. Folks going to be getting off work in just a bit. Keep it here. We'll update you if any accidents happen. Get a Toyota Tundra with financing as low as 1.99% at McKinnon Toyota. At the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
1819 News.
A pro-LGBTQ advocacy group located in Prattville is now throwing its support behind another emerging group. Prattville Pride announced that they will be closing their doors as a nonprofit and instead supporting the Fountain City Pride nonprofit that just got started up this past June. The co-founder of Prattville Pride, Adam Hunt, was arrested and charged just last year with chemical endangerment of a child. A naked toddler boy was spotted walking in the downtown area of Prattville when police returned the child to his home. That's when Hunt was found asleep on the couch and in possession of marijuana. Hunt has described himself as the non-biological father of that child. Hunt also appears to now be providing leadership to this new group despite his own nonprofit now closing down. This has come to light from the social media posts put out by Fountain City Pride. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Mark your calendar for November 6th. The Albert Patterson Gala returns to the Barber Motorsports Museum featuring United States Senator Tommy Tuberville. We've sold out 2 years running, and tables are already filling for 2026. If you believe in a thriving Alabama built on truth, courage, and accountability, this is your night. Don't miss your chance. Visit 1819news.com/gala. That's 1819news.com/gala to get your table today.
A man who fired shots at Op Police during his apprehension has now been identified as Patrick Horde. Officers were in search of Horde after a burglary occurred on August 5th. That burglary involved a man breaking into a home, shaving his head inside the home, and taking with him a handgun, prescription medication, and the homeowner's utility vehicle. Horde was located by police and fled into a wooded area where he fired a single shot at police. Multiple agencies then searched the woods to find Horde later on. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
AdamsMotorsports.com on the web, or Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard in Montgomery. That's at Adams Motorsports in Montgomery, where your pleasure is our business. Come by and learn more about the new Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle and see for yourself the bar has officially been reset.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here are several ways to attract more buyers to your home. First, price it right to sell, not to sit. An accurate market analysis will tell you what price it should be. Next, prepare the home to show and sell by deep cleaning by a professional cleaner, including carpet. Declutter all rooms, including closets. Evaluate flooring, replace if needed. Paint inside and out where needed, and make the kitchen and bath sparkle. How about the exterior? Are the colors faded on the shutters or fascia? Power washing them and all sidewalks and driveways and patios prior to listing the house. Remember, your price and curb appeal will create a showing appointment. Your condition of the house will make them stay and look longer and buy quicker. For all the steps you need to take to get your house ready for sale, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 334-221-2883 or 334-551-0225.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope that the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
An evening with Ann Wilson of Heart and Trip Sitter with the 2026 tour September 24th at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. Ann Wilson of Heart and Trip Sitter performing vintage songs from Heart and more. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com, Impact.org, or the Impact box office. Don't miss an evening with Ann Wilson of Heart and Trip Sitter, Thursday, September 24th, 8 p.m., live at the Impact.
This is Jonathan with Oswald's Apparel and Footwear in Prattville. With all that's changed in the last decade, I really thought that radio advertising was dead, but I was wrong. We opened our store during the pandemic, and we wouldn't have been near as successful without advertising on Blue Water. Practically every day, someone comes in for the first time and tells us they heard about Oswald's on the radio. I highly recommend advertising with Blue Water.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Bridgestone's weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The chances of encountering one of those evening showers or storms is very small, but not zero. Tonight, very muggy again. The overnight low temperature falls to about 74. Tomorrow and Saturday, almost a carbon copy. Mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 94 on Friday and Saturday, and the heat index 100 to 105 easy. With those routine random, scattered, hit or miss, afternoon and evening showers and storms. But it's like playing the lottery. It's feast or famine. Not much change in the forecast on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
All right, what's number one on the Idiocracy charts? David, a warning, we have to press that annoying button down for people to enjoy Natasha Owens.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. I know the problem you've got, just one policy. You do the opposite of what the doctor does. Don't know what you believe, just because you got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. Open the borders, let Mondani pick your pocket. Let the boys beat the girls, they got that extra rocket. A theology degree from Starbucks. You declare that America sucks. You got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I started. If you're left, you're probably retarded. Like Rosie, De Niro, Jimmy Kimmel, Kathy Griffin. No kings, no kidding. We don't live in Great Britain. If J6 was the worst thing you've ever seen, Soros, burning cities, a mostly peaceful thing. Bring back the cartels, commute their crimes, sack the fact checkers like the New York Times. He's a Nazi, a fascist, a racist dictator who lets you say what you want to say.
Luke, I am your daddy.
You got that TDS. You tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. No matter what he says, you must be really dumb, 'cause you keep blaming Trump for all your problems.
Side effects of Trump derangement syndrome may include violent behavior, delusions, nightmares, insomnia, irrational hatred, hopelessness, anxiety, depression, blue hair, tantrums, inability to form coherent speech, difficulty maintaining gainful employment, and verbal diarrhea.
I mean, it's so well done with the images of the celebrities who absolutely suffer from TDS. But one of the people we saw in there was Zoran Mondani. Did you see he got booed off the stage, David Blackman?
Yeah. At an Italian-American festival of some sort today. Yeah. That's
He
great.
ventured
Good for
into
them.
something. I think, again, I would have to. There's a hilarious thing where Donald Trump's at a drive-through and Mondani wants to buy something, and Trump says, "I need your ID." Let me see if this. I'll tell you what, it's nice to see some passion from New Yorkers who are angry that this guy is running the city. I wonder why they just seem
Finally woke up.
Yeah,
I mean,
but, in 4 years when he runs for re-election, what's going to happen?
He'll get reelected.
They'll forget all
They'll
this.
vote for the guy with the D next to his name.
Yep.
That's
insanity.
It's hard to have a lot of sympathy for them.
Oh no, I
agree.
Not sympathetic at all, but nice to see that not everywhere he goes do people smile back and blow smoke up his butt. All right, we're at 4:46, and David Blackman is with us as we are in our final segment, exploring the American idiocracy. Let's talk about the 2017 coup d'etat. What's John Solomon got?
Yeah, so it was really interesting, and for those who don't know, John Solomon has taken the leave of justthenews.com and is actually working with the Trump administration's communications department. So he wrote this piece that was posted on the government website detailing the fact that immediately after, within 48 hours after President Trump fired James Comey in 2017, the remnants of the FBI, led by Bill Priestap, who was the deputy director of the FBI at the time, secretly opened a formal investigation into President Trump himself, targeting the President of the United States, who had been elected just 4 months before, to investigate allegations by the Hillary Clinton campaign that we all know and that they knew at the time were completely concocted by the Hillary Clinton campaign, that President Trump was in fact an agent of Vladimir Putin. And, that was all based on the Steele dossier, which the FBI knew as early as May 2016 was coming and was paid for by the Hillary Clinton campaign and the DNC. And when they received an advance copy of it, they did their own investigation and within 2 weeks determined it was all fiction. Okay. So despite that knowledge, internally at the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Bill Priestap ordered a formal investigation of the President of the United States based on those exact same allegations. Now, this is clearly, and that investigation, the most important aspect of it is that investigation was then used by Rod Rosenstein, if those of you who may remember.
Sure do.
Was the acting attorney general at the time because the Senate wouldn't confirm Jeff Sessions. He had recused himself from all that.
I'll never forget that day.
Confirmed, but he had recused himself from any of that stupidly and unnecessarily. So Rod Rosenstein used the existence of that secret investigation that everyone inside the FBI and the Justice Department knew was a joke and a sham as the pretext for creating the special counsel with Robert Mueller and wasted $100 million on a 3-year-long investigation that ended up finding exactly what the FBI already knew when it opened the investigation. I mean, it's just that revelation is just, another more proof that this was a coup d'etat effort, organized inside the Justice Department with the willing cooperation of the CIA and other elements of the intel community to remove a duly elected president from office illegally. They all should be rotting in prison.
Yeah.
Man.
And the January 6th people who did not riot, there may have been a few incidences of vandalism and so forth, but they certainly weren't there to take down the Capitol. The whole thing, all of that stuff behind the scenes that we've known it for years. It'll be sad if Trump gets into his term at a point where there can't be any justice there either.
Right.
Because most Americans don't know about that. They just took the media's word for it. It was the worst thing since the Civil War and other ridiculous, comparisons.
The
made no sense.
mainstream media. I think the mainstream media is the most powerful weapon the other side has.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And I don't understand the allegiance. Is that bought? I hate to sound like Sean Hannity. Bought and paid for? Or is that they're just so ideologically committed to it that they'll do what they're told to do and say what they're told to say?
Yep.
I think it's a combination of both. Yeah.
Because we look at ratings and CNN's not breaking any records. MS Now has one show that gets 1 million viewers, and that's Rachel Madcow. But she doesn't even have as many as she did a few years ago.
Nope.
Is that still once a week?
I don't know. And the reason I don't know is I don't care enough to find out.
Yeah.
I have no idea who's on MS Now or Then. That's what they should call it, MS Now and Then.
Yeah.
And maybe once in a blue moon they'll be accurate about something.
Maybe.
But yeah, they should be languishing in a prison somewhere.
Absolutely.
Ridiculous. What are some of the other things? How about Fetterman challenging El Sayed about hanging out with Hassan Piker? Just when I think Fetterman is ready to make that leap to get out of that insanity. I know he doesn't buy the direction the Democratic Party is going, but he doesn't seem very eager to be a Republican either.
No, he doesn't. He announced he's going to vote against Todd Blanche's confirmation today.
Well, what's the problem there?
Who knows? I have no idea.
The guy was a Democrat, wasn't he?
He was a Democrat until 2023. Yeah. And why Fetterman wouldn't vote to approve him, I don't know. I mean, other than he doesn't want to piss Chuck Schumer off again. Maybe he's just tired of having Schumer always on his back about something.
It almost, though, seems like Schumer is being elbowed out of the party completely. I mean, he's the Senate Majority Leader, but it doesn't seem like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you know, he doesn't have any leadership skills at all. He's
doesn't.
gutless. He, you know, he doesn't really take leadership on things inside the Senate. He's not really respected by anyone at this point that I can tell. And you know, I mean, he gets loyalty from his minions there in the Democratic Party just because he has the power of committee assignments and you know, holding that over members' heads, and he also helps control the money flow from the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee. So, but he's not well liked. He's not respected by anyone, and I suspect this next Senate will pick somebody else as the leader. I think his time as leader may be coming to an end at the end of this year.
Hope so.
Makes you wonder who that might be.
Well, Amy Klobuchar would be an obvious starting point, the Minnesota senator.
Is she radical enough?
Not really, but she's respected, at least, by most Democratic senators. You know, and she's been in leadership for a long time, and but you know, the radicals may try to force one of their own on there. Who would that be? I don't know, but you know, maybe Elisa Slotkin, I know, has ambitions in that way. So you know, the senator from the CIA who's from Michigan. So, you know, she might be a choice that the radicals could live with. I don't think they would support Klobuchar, but, you know, there just aren't many of them in the Senate. El Sayed would really be the first communist, other than Bernie Sanders, in the Senate. So it's not.
Yeah,
like
Bernie,
going.
he finally found a communist he couldn't like, and that's the Hong woman that's running for governor of Wisconsin.
Yeah,
and apparently the front runner. I know it's unbelievable. Who could look at that woman, listen to her rhetoric, and say, "Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Let's ban Thanksgiving. I don't like my relatives anyway. I don't need to see them."
Well, and she is also medically crazy. Okay, she's got severe mental problems. Has been.
She's got the papers.
Yeah. Well, that would make her.
You know, but of course, in the Democratic Party, that's a qualification more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, she's a Democrat with a diagnosis. What else more could you ask for?
Yeah. So anyway.
Hey, I hear Megyn Kelly says that Tucker Carlson, someone we used to respect, is disgusted enough to run for president. Does Tucker understand that that's going to go about 3 feet before he realizes nobody cares?
Exactly.
Wow. He's had. They're all Candace Owens. It's just sad.
Delusional.
And good for J.D. Vance, who diagnosed the Michigan primary by saying El Sayed's victory was fueled by self-hating white liberals. You're really the problem. Do you understand that most of the ills in America are from self-hating white folks trying to get right with their own conscience over some perceived horrible thing they did by being born white?
I don't know.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. What'd you think of the trade?
Mainly white suburban women.
Yes,
really.
Absolutely. They are a threat to democracy.
Yes, they are.
I'll use their words. So what was your take at the end of the day on the trade deadline? The Yankees still score about 1 run a game. They couldn't.
I think the Phillies came out really good, getting a rise.
Yes, and they played better
I think
too.
That's a real boost for their lineup.
I wanted the Yankees to get him.
Yeah,
because he gets on base. There's nobody on base for the Yankees, so they have to. They can pitch around the power guys. I mean, they have had one of the worst offenses in baseball for the since Judge got hurt.
Hard to score with nobody on base.
Yeah,
that's true. I was really hoping the Dodgers would go after him. Frankly, I would have rather seen the Dodgers sign him than Skubal. I mean, Skubal's great. I'm not complaining, but I just think because the Dodgers have exactly the same problem. They don't have any contact hitters in their lineup. There's not one, other than Chase Utley, and he's been hurt.
One of my favorite baseball analysts made a statement that was kind of stunning, but I think it's true. One of the problems the Dodgers do have, I mean, they have great players with great pedigrees, but some, like Freddie and Mookie Betts, are in the decline phase of their career now. And
I mean, Freddie's been on fire, but Mookie is just useless. He's just a hole in the lineup. I mean,
I never thought I'd say that about him. He's always been one of my favorite players. And he's a champ. He can go into bowling next. You know, he's bowled like 15 300 games.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he's a world-class bowler. He's a scratch golfer. I mean, there's an argument. I mean, he was an all-state, I think, high school basketball player, point guard on his team. He's an incredible athlete, multi-talented athlete. And there's an argument that he spends too much time on those hobby things than he does on baseball. And that's kind of catching up with him at this point. I don't know. I don't really believe that, but I've heard people say it.
Well, with baseball, you just never know what's going to happen. And one last thing. I just saw a headline on Fox Business about the DNC doesn't have a lot of money to spend, do they?
I don't think they have any money to spend. They're in a hole. I mean, they're $18 million in debt net.
With all these great candidates, I mean, they're not being, there's no tidal wave of cash heading into their headquarters. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked,
Well, they always
shocked.
have Act Blue to fall back on.
No.
All the fake money that's laundered by Act Blue.
Let's grab this call. They may want to speak with David. We don't want to deny that. You're on the air.
Yes, Papa B.
Papa B. We got about a minute.
I wonder why they don't have any cash. I guess all those NGOs getting shut down probably shut down the laundromat.
Yeah, it hurt their cash flow.
That's probably real.
Really did.
Right.
Big time.
Yeah. Good.
True.
I think so. David, it looks to me like the Republicans might just stumble backward into keeping the Senate or the House.
That's a good way to describe it.
By accident.
Not
I mean,
totally by
I
accident. I mean, well,
I think they will win the Senate for sure. The House is kind of still up in the air.
yes,
But they shouldn't be close. I mean, it shouldn't even be a question.
Yeah.
Well, if Trump can go ahead and finish the Iran squeeze, and the prices of gas does come down, and the Democrats still in disarray of communist takeover, but I'm telling you, it's just a winning type of thing. Even though they just stumbled, the Republicans just stumbled into it.
Right.
They shouldn't win anything this year, but it looks like they might.
Yeah, they might. And it won't be because they put their best foot forward. Thanks for the call. And David, again, it comes down to marketing. Yes, I see prices every time I go to the grocery store that absolutely floor me. $7 for mayonnaise. Come on. But most of those increases came from 21 to 25, just about 30% on all groceries. And they've got to remind people that's when things became unaffordable. Now you want to put back that party in power that caused that problem to begin with. They need to get somebody out there who can market that for them.
Yep.
Got to happen. Friends, subscribe to David Blackman by visiting him online at davidblackman.substack.com. And if you'd like the best insights on oil and gas and what's going on in that realm, blackman.substack.com. Got big plans this weekend, David, or just going to take it easy?
I have no plans this weekend.
Those are the best kind of
Yes, they are.
I'm with you. Yeah. Thank you, my friend. We will see you Monday, correct?
We will. Yes, sir.
Very grateful for your time as always.
All right.
Okay, it is 5:00. That means we have some catching up to do here. We got to get a traffic check. Wall Street Business, Salem Radio Network News, all coming up at 5:02.
Well, we have several accidents. Old Selma Road at Mitchell Young Road. Use caution there, as well as Zelda Road at Zelda Court. I-65 southbound into Montgomery, right past the Highway 14 Fairview exit, had an accident off on the right. Watch out for folks walking around. Busy interstates, boulevards, especially that slow grind, Bell to Taylor to Chantilly. If you're outbound on 85 North, we'll keep you updated. At McKenna Nissan, you can save up to $6,000 off Pathfinders, up to $5,000 on roads. At the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott. Stocks edged lower on Wall Street as oil prices rose and more company earning reports rolled in. The S&P 500 fell 0.2%, just below the record it reached on Tuesday. The Dow fell 0.9%, and the Nasdaq Composite fell 0.1%. Warner Brothers Discovery rose after reporting better than expected earnings. Honeywell Aerospace slumped after turning in results that fell well short of the forecast. European markets mostly rose. Asian markets closed mostly lower. The price of Brent crude rose nearly 4%. Treasury yields moved higher in the bond market. The Dow lost 464 points to close at 53,885. The Nasdaq dropped 15 to 26,348. The S&P down 13 to 7709. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 special. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bells Cleaning Service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bells because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
And now a star is born. On August 6th, 1970, the world welcomed little baby M. Night Shyamalan.
Congratulations, it's a boy. Oh, his umbilical cord has a surprise twist at the end.
M. Night Shyamalan, a star is born.
From the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky says he's been discharged from a rehabilitation center and will continue his recovery from home. McConnell gave no specific date for his return to the Capitol, but senators are expected to soon leave Washington for the traditional August recess. A Senate committee has voted along party lines to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress over his refusal to answer questions at a hearing on his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. The vote Thursday sets up a referral to the Justice Department for potential investigation over whether the country's longtime top infectious disease official properly exercised his constitutional rights. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 464 points. More details at srnnews.com.
What if your healthcare costs were guided by community and care rather than corporate profit? That's the power of health sharing, a nonprofit approach that prioritizes you and your lifestyle. NetWell is community-based and built on compassion and affordability, with members supporting each other's needs. Members share lower expenses and more control over their healthcare. If you're looking for a better way to manage healthcare, it's time to explore health sharing. Learn more at netwell.com.
Hey, y'all, I'm Willie Robertson.
And I'm Corey Robertson.
We partnered with Echo. It's a new platform, not just streaming.
Movies and series that are safe for your family. I love a podcast.
Plus, Echo Daily Devotionals.
Echo. Hey, Willie, what is Echo?
Echo is my pet squirrel. Okay, yeah. Echo is not just faith-friendly, it is faith-driven.
Be a part of something better.
Echo.
Echo.
Where I want to be.
That's
EKKL.com.
Subscribe now.
This is not headline news. It's National Root Beer Float Day, the treat that combines root beer and ice cream to create a delicious blend of cholesterol and diabetes. A steakhouse in Florida offers new dining on the first Monday of every month and freshly steam-cleaned chairs on the first Tuesday of every month. An estate featured as Wayne Manor in the old Batman TV show hit the market. Will it sell? Tune in tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. There's been a rash of shark sightings off of the New York coast, but they drop off south of there because even sharks know to avoid Jersey. And Sydney Sweeney's next movie will be The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, because the Headless Horseman is nothing without some pumpkins. This is not headline news.
Wow, 5:10 already.
I know, that's unreal, man.
Time
Flies
flies.
by.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
Greg Udell and Terry Adams for the final hour. Our show brought to you in part by Delkin Tomlinson, attorneys at law. When you have a crisis, you need crisis managers who know the law, who will be able to take the information you provide and provide a path to better days.
Yep.
And give that path to you in a way with a look in the eye that we've got this. Tell me if I'm wrong. I had to learn the hard way that my biggest mistake in life was not turning over situations to people who could actually help me.
Yep.
When I self-managed, I ended up in all kinds of trouble.
It's same here, man.
It made everything worse.
Yep.
So when it's a family situation, whether it's a divorce, a separation, somebody from the past coming back looking for more, trying to rearrange agreed upon visitations and so forth, custody, that can turn you inside out. And that's no way to operate. You pick up the phone, call 819-4810 here in the 334, or if you know somebody who is in this situation, give them this number, 819-4810, because that's where they will find answers and a plan. Now, Delkin Tomlinson not only handle divorces and things of that realm, but adoptions, running into red tape or issues with the state, government, blended families. If you need a will, they handle all aspects of family law. To read about everything that they cover, go to this web address, thealabamafamilylawyers.com. For Delk and Tomlinson, attorneys at law.
Representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A phone call?
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy, we have about 1 minute.
Oh, God. Should I call back?
Well, we got Brant coming up. You know that.
Oh, I didn't know that. You know, here's the thing I'm upset about. I'm a firm believer of the Constitution, and I believe that Dr. Fauci had the right to plead the fifth, okay? Because I believe in the Constitution. Absolutely. I'd die for it, and I'll fight for it. And I have for 24 years, 6 months in the military. But one thing I got to understand is why didn't the people that during January 6th that were put in jail didn't have a constitutional right to a fair and speedy trial?
Bingo.
They had no rights. They were treated like war criminals.
Yep, solitary confinement and everything.
And they weren't even charged.
I know.
Yeah,
And
the
they-
right.
they
What
were
about the right to a
abused.
speedy trial and all that? If you got an R next to your name, that's always in doubt.
That's the Constitution, though.
Especially in D.C. They don't care about that.
Nah, it's convenient.
Oh, it's rules for thee and not for me. Crap again.
You have learned the magic.
I have.
I appreciate the call, man. Sorry we didn't have more time for you. Brant's coming up next.
In today's market, one of the most misunderstood steps of buying a home is getting pre-approved. Some people avoid it because they think it means they're committing to buy right now, while others rush through it online without understanding what their purchasing power really is and the next steps in the process. Here's the truth. A pre-approval provides clarity. It tells you what you can do, not what you have to do. It helps you shop with confidence instead of guessing, and it gives you real numbers based on your finances, not estimates from an online calculator. At Alabama Home Mortgage, pre-approval is about preparation, education, and strategy. Whether you're ready to buy next month or next year, we help you understand your options so you can move forward on your timeline. And if you're not quite ready yet, that's okay. We'll help you get there because smart home ownership requires precision, not a rush decision. Let us help you prepare so when the right opportunity comes along, you're ready. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today, 334-567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's My Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The chances of encountering one of those evening showers or storms is very small, but not zero. Tonight, very muggy again. The overnight low temperature falls to about 74. Tomorrow and Saturday, almost a carbon copy. Mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 94 on Friday and Saturday, and the heat index 100 to 105 easy. With those routine random, scattered, hit or miss, afternoon and evening showers and storms. But it's like playing the lottery. It's feast or famine. Not much change in the forecast on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Waka waka. It is 5:15, and we're just waiting for Brent McDonald to check in with us from Invista Advisors.
Waka waka.
After a gangbuster week starting out, the market it corrected a little bit today. Less than 500 points. That's less than 1%. Standard & Poor's off marginally, so it was not a disaster. But again, anxiousness over what's happening in Iran probably at the crux of it. Is this you, Brant?
Hey, Greg. Yeah, man. How are you?
I'm good, Mr. Right on the Money from Waverly Advisors. So I don't think anything about today caught you off guard. Tell us about it.
Well, it's just been a buildup all week long. We've been talking back and forth about the geopolitical situation. It seems like we do that every day.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a big week for jobs, and it's also a big week for earnings. The earnings have been pretty decent for the most part, although it's been sporadic. Even when we talked about the Magnificent Seven names, you had about half of them that were better than expected, or sort of a little more well taken by Wall Street in terms of guidance than what other companies reported. You look at the action today in the market, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was really the story, kind of the opposite of what we talked about the last couple of days, where you saw some red there, down almost 500 points. The S&P 500 a little bit in the green, or I think it might have been break even. And then we had the NASDAQ, which was barely off much, if any, today. So a little bit of a role reversal, if you will. But the big news is going to be tomorrow morning. We get jobs. It's not just the overall headline number. It's really about wage growth, and that's going to be the story tomorrow, is how healthy is the consumer, what type of jobs are being created. If we continue to see something similar to what we saw with ADP yesterday, with healthcare, or sort of those types of jobs that, if you connect the dots, they make their way back to government spending. Those are the kinds of jobs you don't really want to see. You want to see private sector payroll growth, and you want to see robust enough wages that it gives you confidence that the consumer is beginning to heal up. But also, you don't want to see wages so hot that it could create what we call a push-through inflation from the private sector workforce, and that's really what the key to tomorrow. There's not a whole lot in terms of earnings that are out there that we could talk about. Other than I did want to follow up on SpaceX. Everyone was holding their breath because there were roughly, I believe it was around 900 million shares that were unlocked, available for trading, and I think. If you look at the action in SpaceX, it was relatively flat, somewhat muted. I think part of the reason for that is a number of institutional managers tried to get out in front of this, either through shorts or using put contracts or whatever to kind of hedge their positions. That in and of itself over the last week or two was putting downward pressure on SpaceX. But still, I think it bears watching, and I think that the stock could be kind of volatile, particularly over the next, say, 4 or 5 business days of trading. But it's times like these where if you really were interested in a company like this, it's this is the time you want to, if you had it in your mind, you wanted to commit a certain amount of capital in terms of long-term investment, maybe think about a 1/3 of that investment over the next week or so, and then watch it a while. So wanted to put that out there, Greg, because we've gotten just unbelievable amounts of call volume around SpaceX over the last month. And I know it's something that's on everyone's mind.
So that's kind of like a buy low and let it grow kind of thing. Because I might want to do that.
Right.
I might want to do that.
Well, it could be a good situation long term. There's still a lot of things out there in front of SpaceX. I mean, obviously, when they reported earnings, they blew everyone's mind with how much capital investment or CapEx they're about to pour into AI spending, way more than what people thought it was going to be. And that's why the stock got hit, because that means lower earnings. It also means they're going to use a lot of their free cash flow and plow it back into this AI infrastructure, what the street's calling the quote-unquote trade. But so you've got that. Then you've got the question that's looming over everyone's minds about this is whether or not they're going to attempt to announce some sort of merger with Tesla in the coming months. If they did, it's probably something that might happen in the first quarter of next year, but who knows? It may not happen at all. But that's a pretty big deal, because SpaceX is now one of Tesla's customers, and so it's going to be, there'll be a lot of moving parts and a little bit of gyration there on news like that. So that's why I say I just think that you have to be very careful.
What are some of the experts that you listen to? Is there a consensus about what tomorrow's going to deliver on that jobs number? Brant?
We lost Brant.
I think it was around 50,000 or so jobs.
Well, you've been cutting in and out.
Greg, you know why? I'll bet you can relate to this. You go by this new Hyundai dealership here, and it kills everyone's Wi-Fi in the car over here on Carmichael.
Really?
Yeah. I figured it would have happened to you by now, but yeah.
I come from the other direction. The only time I go by there is on Thursday morning when I'm bringing donuts from GNS.
I hear you.
I go by there quite often.
I got to test that. Got to check that out. So again,
more specifically, I think the jobs number consensus estimates tomorrow is a pretty weak number, and so I think it's a low hurdle, kind of a low bar. We'll see what the headline number is, but I'm just telling you, I think the really big thing is going to be looking at wages. That's where everyone's going to spend most of their time, I believe.
That more than the number of jobs that either are added.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's going to be a big part of the number tomorrow, just because everyone's concerned about what is Kevin Warsh going to do with the Fed. And, keep in mind the Fed's not giving so much guidance anymore. And there's a lack of transparency, and he's done it on purpose because he doesn't want the Fed to have that much power.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with him. I think this is a smart and a good move. So Wall Street's having to figure this thing out for themselves without a whole lot of guidance. So if you get like a really, really hot wage number in the morning, that could be concerning because it could potentially portend that you would see that push through wage inflation that I was talking about. But on the other hand, if you get a super, super weak wage number, it means the consumer is not doing so well, and that would soften inflation expectations and could, in a weird way, I know, could actually be a little positive for the market. But we'll see what it has, and if we can, we'll definitely reach out and touch base with you.
We will be here at 8:30 in the morning, Brent. If you got a minute, we'd love to hear from you. We thank you for your time this afternoon.
You got it, buddy. Y'all have a great night.
All right.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor, and separate entity from LPL Financial.
So the NFL returns tonight with the first exhibition game of the season. Are you excited?
No, not at all.
Neither.
I mean, college gets here, I'll get excited a little bit, even though they pretty much ruined college football.
I was a huge NFL fan in the early 70s, and
Well,
I loved to play.
Why wouldn't you be? I mean, you were friends with all the Dolphins and all that stuff down there. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. That's when I learned about the realities of the game, too, and the damage it was doing to some of these guys.
You look at Bob's hands.
Yeah, and then Bob has friends that are in wheelchairs.
I bet.
And that doesn't get much publicity because they don't want to take the luster off the players playing today or frighten them into. But he said people don't understand how brutal it is in the trenches.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
On the line. Because unless you're right there, you don't hear just how violent and bone crushing the contact is.
Yeah.
And you can only get hit in the head so many times or have your bell rung so many times before there's permanent damages.
Mm-hmm.
And there are stories literally within the last couple of weeks. You could Google it and get the names and the details. NFL players, one died, he was 36. There have been suicides and CTE damage. So many of them never make it past 50.
Wow.
So, but we got to have our football. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sad.
So I don't even know who's playing tonight, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
5:27, we're going to check traffic with Skipper.
Still very busy all over the area this afternoon. Interstates, boulevards, a lot of slow travel. Not aware of any major problems right now that are going to slow you down. Some remnants of some earlier accidents, but they are off the roadway. Please be safe. We'll update you if anything happens to slow you down. Imagine graduating high school with your college degree already in your hand. That's the power of early college at Trenton State Community College. No debt, no delay, just a college degree. Go to trentumstate.edu for more information. Buckle up. Wendell J., Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
What are you getting? Still deciding, but I do know on August 11th, I'm choosing Rhett Marcus for Congress. Why Rhett Marcus? Because he's a true conservative, endorsed by President Trump and Senator Katie Britt. Oh, then you can trust him. And he's a small business owner, not a politician. Sounds like this choice on August 11th is the easiest decision we'll ever make.
Remember to vote on August 11th. I'm Rhett Marcus, the Trump-endorsed candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Rhett for Alabama.
Impact Live presents Trombone Shorty. From New Orleans to the world stage, Trombone Shorty is bringing his explosive live show to the Montgomery Performing Arts Center on September 13th. A Grammy-nominated artist and powerhouse performer, Trombone Shorty blends funk, jazz, soul, rock, and R&B into one unforgettable night. Known for sharing stages with everyone from Bruno Mars to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, his high-energy performances are legendary. Tickets go on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and at the box office.
Hey, this is Ashley, owner of Pest Pro Services, and I want to help you take back your yard. We protect your outdoor space from mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks so you can enjoy being outside. We treat where mosquitoes live and breed with pro-level care, which means fewer bites, more time outside, and a backyard ready for fun. Give us a call at 265-9990 or visit us at ppsriverregion.com. That's 265-9990 and follow us on Facebook at Pest Pro Services. And remember, when you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro.
Maybe you're doing well in sales, but you're ready for something bigger. At Blue Water Broadcasting, you'll help local businesses grow with customized marketing campaigns that combine the reach of 7 radio stations with powerful digital solutions. We're looking for someone who enjoys meeting people, earning their trust, and delivering results. If you're driven, professional, and ready to build a career, not just another sales job, we should talk. Visit BlueWaterBroadcasting.com and send me your resume today. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
The River Region's News Talk station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
You have some lovely children and a lovely wife. You have a healthy bank account and had a healthy life, but you knew the day was coming. It was always meant to be. The doctor says it's time to have a colonoscopy. Oh, colonoscopy. A wonderful procedure, I'm sure you will agree. Your number's up, it's time to take one for the team. It's right there on the schedule, a colonoscopy. There is some preparation that you should know about. You have to drink this fluid that will surely clean you out. They take a certain instrument to look around inside, and honestly, I'll tell you, it can be a bumpy ride. Oh, colonoscopies, a wonderful procedure to help prevent disease. Stay close to a bathroom, careful when you sneeze. You can't get away from colonoscopy. It's not a lot of pleasure, it's not a lot of fun, but now you're turning 40, so you know it must be done. It's not an ordinary, typical exam. You lay down on the table and then, thank you, ma'am. Oh, colonoscopy, a wonderful procedure, as everyone can see, and never underestimate how thorough they will be. It's time to take your medicine, colonoscopy.
I'm supposed to get one of those this year, but you'll forgive my lack of. That was Tim Hawkins, by the way, who's great.
Yes, it was.
You'll have to forgive my lack of enthusiasm. I've had one serious surgery already this year, general anesthesia. And by the way, I don't know if anybody else has had the same experience, but and I don't know actually how long it specifically takes for that to clear out of your system. But I've talked to others who have been under, they worked on me for almost 2 hours.
Wow.
And a very delicate procedure.
That's a long time.
I remember coming home from the hospital because I couldn't wait to get the heck out of there. Nothing wrong with Baptist South, by the way. They were phenomenal. Everything about that experience with Baptist South was top notch.
There's no place like home, baby.
Where you can smoke.
Yeah.
And I remember that moment like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And then nothing from the next 4 days. Nothing. In fact, it took me like a week before the short-term memory lapses started fading.
Wow.
I'm just wondering if anybody else has had a similar experience. So I mean, the colonoscopy, it's no big deal. The worst part of the colonoscopy isn't the colonoscopy. It's that crap you got to drink.
Oh, God. Yeah, I can't do that.
It's 2026. Why do I have to drink a gallon of lemonade stuff?
Exactly. Got to be a better way.
It has to be. I mean, don't they have a pill or some little bottle of liquid that will clear you out so you can go get it over with?
Exactly. Give me
something. I'm I am in no hurry to get it. And in fact, I was told to do that last December. So I'm a little behind on that one.
Yeah, me too. I'm not going to do it.
But tomorrow I have to go see the vampires at the cancer center because my blood is still too thick. I'm not perfect. I have issues. Yeah, I have to see a phlebotomist. And you sit there. It's not just like donating blood. It's got to be done by somebody who, and they don't put it in like the same kind of bag they do when you donate blood.
They put it in little vials, right?
They start with that. They test it to see what the numbers are that the doctor's worried about. I don't even know what they mean, but one of them is just a little on the high side. And when that one gets down below the number, I won't have to do it.
That's cool.
But I have to go every month.
Wow. I didn't know that.
So I think I'll be very dramatic tomorrow morning on the morning show with Rich and Jay, and
I'll make sure I listen.
make sure that I'm the center of attention with those two. I'm kidding. I really am.
Oh, Jay.
5:34.
Love me some Jay.
The bar business. People are drinking. This. You know who I think this is?
The bar?
Is that Jeff?
Hello. How you doing, brother?
It's the Lord of the Laminates.
All righty then.
Jeff Mallinson from Georgia Floors Direct. How are you, my friend?
Man, I am doing good. We're just doing what we do every day. You know, I got a new truck, but it's got old truck miles on it because we are all over the state, of course, all over the river region.
Good.
Opelika, Auburn.
Good.
Prattville, Montgomery, Pike Road. So we're super blessed, and we're doing a lot of large commercial, a lot of Main Street commercial, doing a lot of residential new builds, doing a lot of remodel stuff. And so if you're even thinking about new floor covering, you owe it to yourself to come to Georgia Floors Direct, 1965 Eastern Boulevard, directly across the street from Lowe's. You know, Greg, we've been there since 1969, the Summer of Love.
Yes. The year the earth stood still.
Yeah, the year the year stood still. But, you know, that's over 55 years of serving people in Montgomery. We take it very seriously. You know, that's not something we just take lightly. You know, we realize that people's homes are a very personal thing. And when they allow us to come into their home, we want to leave it in a way that they're going to enjoy, you know, Thanksgivings, Christmases, Easters, family events and stuff like that. So we're really excited about all of our new customers, all of our old customers. And so, yeah, that's just what we do.
Terry, did you know that Georgia Floors Direct in the consumer vote not only won for best flooring, but best kitchen and bath and best window coverings?
Wow, the trifecta.
3 big categories. That's pretty impressive.
That is very
well. And, you know, I have to say we were first runner-up and best place to work, but we were the 2 companies that beat us were Baptist South and Vance Law Firm. So
wow.
There's some pretty big ones to even be graced in that category. So
yeah.
We love where we work. You know, all the guys, Jonathan, Matt, Evan, Q, Steve, Chip, my sons, and Brandon in the back. They're, of course, my boys work there, but the other guys are like my brothers. And Steve and I, we go back 30-plus years, and he's my hunting buddy and fishing buddy. And we're just really blessed to have each other and have that environment. And I think the customers definitely feel that when they come in.
That group that I call the Mary Band of Floors, they've been with you for a long time, haven't they?
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
That speaks to the work environment.
Yeah, Q started working for us in the warehouse, and I saw real quick we needed to get him in sales because he was just good-looking guy, super smart, and he's just doing really well. And all the guys have been there a long time, and so we're very blessed.
Wow.
Well, Jeff, we sure appreciate you chatting with us this afternoon. We'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Hey, guys, if you need any flooring, give us a call, 334-294-5218. It's my cell phone, or you can call me on the store phone, 334-244-7004. We'd love to help you out.
All right. And as a frequent flyer with Georgia Floors Direct, the quality, the installations, they're the best, period.
That's what I hear.
And they strive to get better if there's a way to do it. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
All right, 537. All right, I just put that thing out on Clement. They do have a pill. I used it 2 years ago. It was better than drinking.
I hope
By
so.
drinking, he means the
Yeah,
lemon.
the nasty stuff.
Yeah, actually, the last time I had one, I mixed Country Time lemonade in with it.
Not a bad idea.
It was better, but
Still nasty.
it wasn't like drinking lemonade.
No, this stuff is just.
I appreciate the feedback on that very important topic as we check back with Skipper and traffic. 1819 News to follow. 538.
Well, we've had some rain in the area, and we are just seeing a lot of cars on I-85 north and southbound around Jackson Hospital and Street, moving slow. Just that volume of traffic this time of day. 65 northbound, busy across the Alabama River Bridge. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka receiving a lot of traffic out of Montgomery now, folks going home. We will keep you updated. Imagine graduating high school with your college degree already in your hand. That's the power of early college at Trenton State Community College. No debt, no delay, just a college degree. Go to trentumstate.edu for more information. Buckle up with the Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
1819 News.
A pro-LGBTQ advocacy group located in Prattville is now throwing its support behind another emerging group. Prattville Pride announced that they will be closing their doors as a nonprofit and instead supporting the Fountain City Pride nonprofit that just got started up this past June. The co-founder of Prattville Pride, Adam Hunt, was arrested and charged just last year with chemical endangerment of a child. A naked toddler boy was spotted walking in the downtown area of Prattville when police returned the child to his home. That's when Hunt was found asleep on the couch and in possession of marijuana. Hunt has described himself as the non-biological father of that child. Hunt also appears to now be providing leadership to this new group despite his own nonprofit now closing down. This has come to light from the social media post put out by Fountain City Pride. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Mark your calendar for November 6th. The Albert Patterson Gala returns to the Barber Motorsports Museum featuring United States Senator Tommy Tuberville. We've sold out 2 years running and tables are already filling for 2026. If you believe in a thriving Alabama built on truth, courage, and accountability, this is your night. Don't miss your chance. Visit 1819news.com/gala. That's 1819news.com/gala to get your table today.
A man who fired shots at Op Police during his apprehension has now been identified as Patrick Horde. Officers were in search of Horde after a burglary occurred on August 5th. That burglary involved a man breaking into a home, shaving his head inside the home, and taking with him a handgun, prescription medication, and the homeowner's utility vehicle. Horde was located by police and fled into a wooded area where he fired a single shot at police. Multiple agencies then searched the woods to find Horde later on. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Bath Innovations of Alabama can replace your old bathtub with a low-step shower featuring built-in seating, secure grab bars, and slip-resistant flooring, often installed in as little as 1 day. Call Bath Innovations of Alabama today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
Feeling the pinch on your food budget? You're not alone, but saving is easy every day at Food Outlet, Montgomery, Prattville, and Millbrook. And remember, Food Outlet is priced at cost, plus just 10%. Listen to these specials good through August 11th. Red Baron pizzas, only $3.97 each. Take home red or white seedless grapes for $1.93 a pound. The half-gallon size Bluebell ice cream is only $5.55. Get a 64-ounce bottle of Sunny D citrus punch for only $1.50. USDA chuck roast is only $6.77 a pound. USDA whole boneless pork loins $1.88 a pound. And the 1-pound package Sunnyland Jumbo Franks, great for grilling, 95 cents each. Food Outlet is locally owned. When you shop here, more of your money stays right here in our community. Your Food Outlet stores are open 7 days a week, 7 till 9. Check us out on Facebook for more great specials. Food Outlet in Eastbrook Shopping Center, Montgomery, Prattville at 720 East Main, and in Millbrook at 3543 Highway 14. Shop Food Outlet and pay cost plus 10%.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Mr. Electric of Montgomery. Mr. Electric, we've got the power to make things better. Visit MrElectric.com.
Rich Thomas Weather. Well, hi, everybody. The chances of encountering one of those evening showers or storms is very small, but not zero. Tonight, very muggy again. The overnight low temperature falls to about 74. Tomorrow and Saturday, almost a carbon copy. Mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 94 on Friday and Saturday, and the heat index 100 to 105 easy. With those routine random, scattered, hit or miss, afternoon and evening showers and storms. But it's like playing the lottery. It's feast or famine. Not much change in the forecast on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Live local talk, the River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Waiting 6 months for preseason. All right, super hyped, this football is here. Since the Super Bowl, it has been half a year. Gonna sit on my couch, scarfing pizza and beer. Hey Jack, football's back, been waiting so long. From now through the winter, the games will be on. We're hitting and tackling, and QB's throwing bombs. I cannot wait to see them play, even though they are just meeting this game. I've been waiting 6 months for preseason. Baseball's late and kind of dumb. Tell me in time has not begun, 'cause I've been waiting 6 months for preseason.
Oh boy. You know, and especially the first preseason game, they let the regulars play about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get hurt.
Exactly.
Just get out there for 5 minutes, then they let the scrubs play the game. But here's an NFL-related story. In fact, it's the lead story at NewYorkPost.com. Accused NFL scammer found dead in New Jersey pool weeks after multi-million-dollar scheme targeting players was exposed. Authorities are investigating the mysterious death of Mohammed Koulibaly, who has allegedly scammed many former NFL players with a fake e-commerce scheme. ABC Eyewitness News reported Thursday. The 24-year-old was found dead in a swimming pool on Friday last week in Harrison Township, New Jersey. Police were contacted over concerns of his well-being, went over to the home for a welfare check, and they found a dead guy in the pool.
Wow.
This follows a investigation by Barron's published on July 15th that named Koulibaly as the leader of a scam to get professional athletes to buy stakes in fake Shopify stores. That's gutsy, trying to scam NFL players. Three former NFL players admitted they collectively lost over $1 million in investments made through the Philadelphia native.
Wow.
Jalen Carter. They should be Jalen Carter. This is the guy, he just got a $105 million contract. This is a guy who, when he was at the University of Georgia, got into a drag race. He obviously had the money to get himself a fancy car.
Yes.
And 2 people were killed.
That's right.
He got 80 hours of community service
Slap
for
on
that.
the wrist.
And now $105 million. Well, it's nice to know that he's one of the losers in this.
Yeah, I didn't get enough of it.
They just, they never learn.
No.
They never learn.
No.
547.
Their whole lives.
Our friend Crawdad would like a word with us.
Yes, sir. I missed out a lot of your show today, but
So
I
did
wanted
I.
to ask you, I'm trying to remember the name of the comedian that did the song about the girl has one eye and he loves her.
Oh, the one I love.
Yes.
Would you like to hear that? Is this a request?
I would, but also would like to know the name of the comedian because I forgot it.
Haywood Banks, same guy that did
Haywood.
same guy that
Yes.
did the Toast song.
Yes. Thank you very
Toast.
much. You see, that was bugging me for a half hour trying to remember that. Haywood Banks.
Toast on a
That's
stick.
great.
Well, it also gave
Thank
me a
you.
chance to test my memory, and it apparently is working pretty well.
Yeah.
I
What's your
tried.
memory?
So you want to hear it?
Yes, please.
Okay, hang up.
You said please.
And I will play it
Cool.
right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a clever song. Good play on words. I'm ready to get goofy here.
Yeah, why not?
And same guy that did the song Toast.
I got a gal with just one eye.
Yeah.
No depth of field, but sweet as pie. And I just don't carry on. If a vision isn't stereo. To me, she'll always be the top. My sweet little cyclops. She's the one I she's the one I love. She's the one I she's the one I love. Now you might wonder what she's thinking, 'cause it looks like she's winking. In arguments I yell and cry, but you just can't see the other side. It's worse than it looks, says her mother, 'cause she's blind in one eye, blonde in the other. Well, she's the one I, she's the one I love. She's the one I, she's the one I love. Now how it happens, she just won't spill. Was it Scissor Sprint or William Tell? Well, the eye got put out and was never found. Gone to take a look around. My Columbo cutie, pop funky. Sammy Jr., Sandy Duncan, oh, she's the one I, she's the one I love. She's the one I, she's the one I love. She's the one I, she's the one I love.
Let's play another one. I love this woman, Latasha.
It's an emergency. Fire up the jet. We've got to get to Paris. Polar bears don't sweat. It's plain to see. It's colder till it's hotter. Obama's beach house almost underwater. Shocking. We should make a law. Sucking on a paper straw. Buys us time. It's real. Who's gonna save me? Jesus, so it proves it. Change is real. Stupid. Thank God for Canada. We can all relax. They're killing our emissions with the carbon tax. If we dim the sun, we can reach our goal with people eating vegan and a ban on coal. Call the view if they only knew. It's an inconvenient truth, not a lie. Call Change is real. Who's gonna save me? Jesus, science always proves it. Change is real. What would China do if the people pled? How dare you, like some Swedish kid said? 10 more years, we'll all be dead. Then 10 more years till they say change is real. Change is real. Who's gonna save me? Science always proves it. Change is real. It's the green.
Stupid. She's good.
Yeah. That's a good song.
She's got, she did one, I don't know if you've heard it, called the Somali Waltz.
Yes, that's the one I have heard. Yeah.
And the videos, the AI that they generate for the song is also awesome.
Yeah.
Lots of pictures in there of Al Gore and John Kerry and all the other people we hate.
Yep.
Like AOC.
That group. You got Scott on one.
Hello, Scott.
Hey, I know it's not Friday, but if you're taking a request, can you play the OBGYN thing?
All right, let me see if I can squeeze that in.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thanks, Scott.
Let me do some quick calculations here.
Ooh.
With my basic rudimentary fundamental math skills. All right, we have 45 seconds for that. Minute 15, 2:15.
One of these days I'll be
2:20,
able to do that. Maybe.
2:30. You know what? I'm going to call out the regiment and make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, if you are turning off Taylor Road onto East Chase Parkway, just in the area of Bonefish Grill or Red Robin, around the curve there, we got a minor accident. Watch out for those folks. Interstate's busy. Boulevards busy. All of our roads outbound from Montgomery, light to moderate traffic. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to moderate incoming traffic. Thompson Tractor proud to offer the all-new Workhorse Special, the new Cat 255 compact track loader. Take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months, only $79,955. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Chantilly Parkway. Buckle up, Whitlam J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
Man, everything costs more these days. Yep. That's why we need people like Rhett Marcus. He cut $1.5 billion in taxes.
Wait, 1.5 billion? That's a big deal. Didn't President Trump and Senator Katie Britt endorse him?
Uh-huh, they sure did.
Sounds like Rhett's the right man for Alabama.
I'll be voting for him on August 11th.
Mm-hmm, me too.
I'm Rhett Marcus, the Trump-endorsed candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Rhett for Alabama.
WAKA, Blue Water Broadcasting, Tyndall Incorporated, and Piggly Wiggly Food for Less invite you to help us stuff the truck on Saturday, August 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Sturbridge Piggly Wiggly Food for Less. Donate non-perishable food, bathroom supplies, or cash to help